Alright. Game face! Game face! Oh shit, we going live!
Yeah. Everyone works fine, and then Kyle's occasionally just like shits out for some reason. I don't know what it is.
It's back on right now.
On Roll20, it's not on the stream though.
I keep on trying to reset player here, but it just doesn't want to work with me. It's a pain in the ass. Also, that 97 should be a 98, but we'll worry about that later. I'm sure we'll hit the 100 mark sometime tonight, right, guys?
Yeah!
Right, people watching? Right, people watching?
Who wouldn't want a chance to win a free prize for being just a follower?
I mean,
D&D starter set!
just unfollow after.
Don't do that.
Don't do
Why
that.
would you say that?
Don't do that.
We just did a giveaway, and Queen Gorebeard was one of our winners.
Oh my gosh. Of course, she would. Hello, everybody.
She's in chat.
She
Hello.
probably is in chat. Hello, everybody, my players and those watching the stream. Welcome to Wyrd and Wyld Session 51, High-Rise Hostiles.
Oh no.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. I'll just quickly run through those of you who are currently watching with us. Just a little shout out. Looney Loomworks, thanks as always for checking us out. And Ted, and thank you for raiding us, husband and wife stream. /Slim/Brian. It's very nice of you. And Cache Bear, I don't know if that's a robot, but thanks either way. It's very nice of you. Anyways, some quick housekeeping before we jump in. Thank you everybody who's been following us. Thank you Just This Mom, Sam, Buka, 922, Ramsey, 88, Rams Live, Ruger and Vice. And also thank you, Steffi, KK, and Gravity 2DX for the bits from last session. It was very nice of you. Also, Glacé, there's no real sensible way to make this make sense in-game. I would like for you to roll a 1d3, please.
Ooh, what for?
I will tell you once you've rolled.
You can go that many
shit.
levels.
I need /roll.
If you roll a 1, you die.
1d3.
Don't fuck it up, don't fuck it
Oh, I wish I rolled a 1.
You rolled a d666. Oh, there you go, 1d3. You find 3 weird bits in your pocket with a small note wrapped around one of them that simply says, "Don't forget, weird bits can be exchanged for 25 gold coins if you are out of money," from T-Bird. So you've been given a weird bit package.
Oh, shit. Cool.
So you
I appreciate that. I'm going to give the weird bits to Aesop and continue to envy as my sugar daddy.
Hey, we're back up to 31. That's enough for something we were saving up for, I think.
Will we? Nice.
Nice, we
I
can get
don't-
something now. Woo woo, thanks.
That's the general cost of some rooms on the ship, if you guys are interested.
I think so.
There's
Yes.
some good rooms.
Yeah, there's some cool shit on there. Thank you everybody for watching. Keep in mind, as you guys watch, you get loyalty points that you can use on cool stuff. A lot of you have quite a few, so just go take a look at some of the stuff you can buy by looking at the details on our Twitch page down below the stream. And you can check that out. I'm sure Nightbot spams the link to all that stuff too, so go take a look at that. Thank you. Let's take a look here. Yes, the extension for the stream avatar stuff is down below the streams instead of in the stream from the first time we did it. We did a poll previously where you guys added the fire elementals, so you guys can now take a look at that in terms of the players and buy those. I think each one is for 25 loyalty points. You can buy all kinds of cool little characters to use on the stream. My players are generally just switching from anything they want, although some of them have some cool unique ones. Aesop is a large black cock.
It's a rooster. It's a rooster, Twitch. It's literally a rooster.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Oh
We-
my.
A
We-
large black rooster.
We finished our avatar poll from the previous week. I need somebody, and I'll take the first one to roll me a 1d2 to choose between either a unicorn or fairy dragon,
Yeah.
since they were both tied.
1.
We are getting a unicorn that will be added the next week. That was for the
Yay.
Fey creatures, so
Magic.
I'll put that in there, and I'm sure you'll see a couple unicorns next session walking around. I meant for it to be like primarily like humanoid races with some weird things on the side, but now it's just a whole bunch of weird shit and wacky stuff walking around. So I guess that works too for Weird and Wild.
It's weird and wild.
We have a new poll on Twitter for the next character or player to be added for the stream avatars, and that's between a fighter, rogue, wizard, or cleric. So it's classes themed this time. Go check out the Twitter and you can vote there, and that'll last for this upcoming week here until Friday. Follow the channel. We're like 2 people away. Don't pay attention to that stream or the follower bar on our current stream. I think it's actually 1 above that. So we're 2 away from hitting the 100 mark, and in between now and next session, if we hit that 100 mark, I'm going to roll randomly and pick a random winner out of our followers. Not going to do it in the session itself if we hit 100, only because I don't want to take away from the game. And also, there's probably some people who follow us who are robots. So I want to be sure if I pick randomly and they're a robot that I just go through and pick again. So instead of wasting time on stream, I'll do that in between. But thank you guys, those of you who have followed. All right, that is all of my BS. Why don't I start giving out some inspiration to you guys, those of you who don't have one?
Put it in my veins. Oh, I drew 11. I'm sorry. I hit 1 time.
Holy shit!
I'm sorry. I have to delete them all now. I'm sorry.
Holy shit!
I'm not
0.
I'm not fucking this up on purpose. I swear.
Here
You just
come
delete
the
them.
cards.
Oh no.
Wait, I don't know. Okay.
I goofed it up. I'm sorry.
Oh, there they go. Okay. All right. Everybody have a inspiration card? Chemo?
Hello.
Did you get one?
Yeah, I was asking if Sun Kong wants this one.
Oh, I see. You
what
threw
does
it
it
on
do?
screen.
Gains advantage or 15 feet extra movement.
Let me see what my. Hold on.
Sun Kong is like the last one of us that needs extra movement.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm okay. I think.
Okay.
I like what I have.
I still think we should get some of those wings like Aesop has on him.
Yes.
Don't give him anything else.
Flying monkey.
It's okay. My brain's about to get sucked out anyhow, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
I got you.
Wait, you're gonna put a fake brain in my body? Like how do you got me? You're not even with us, are you? You're back with the other group.
Edie and Rinkaz are down on the ground.
You know, with the rest of the ranged crew.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would say not on my watch, but you're not on my watch. Right?
We are.
You
not on
literally
your
are.
watch.
Yeah.
Quick
Why-
dumb question. Does the effects of sharpshooter, that takes away the penalties for range. Does that work on long-range weapons like super souped-up rifles like we have in this game?
What's the text say for that ability?
Pull it up from D&D Beyond.
Also, why don't you guys start rolling to see who gives a recap from last session?
no, who did it last time?
I did.
Luke
You should
has
roll it.
immunity.
Oh, and Vidi.
Oh,
my God.
and VD.
Oh, thank God.
And Vidi's our special man.
Man of the hour.
Did you find that on D&D Beyond, Slum?
I did. I'm linking
Where
it
else
now.
would you look it up?
It's literally the only place. Wizards saw to it. That it was the only place you could find this info.
Attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage on your ranged weapon attack rolls. Your ranged weapon attacks ignore blah 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 blah. Performing an attack on a ranged weapon that you're proficient with.
Power attack.
Does that have any sort of limited use to it, or is that just a general ability for the gunslinger?
No, that's a feat. I was wondering because I was trying to map that out in my head. I was trying to make sure it wouldn't be stupid with like a 200, 300 foot range on a rifle.
I mean that works as intended.
Yeah.
It's just you have to have line of sight on something.
And you still have a maximum range.
Right, and the idea is that you probably have to do something to those weapons, like the scope that's on your rifle. Something you have to do to achieve that type of insane range to begin with. So, no, that works for me.
Okay, cool. It's like when what's her name was shooting at us from the pyramid, like a mile.
Exactly. Yeah. And thinking about it flavor-wise, you drop to a knee, and with a longer rifle, using the two hands to stabilize it and give a shot within 6 seconds. Yeah, it's fine. So there you go. All right.
Okay.
NVD/Nick, what happened on the last episode 50 of Weird and Wild?
The last episode we were traveling around trying to gather more information, and we talked to Decker, and then went over to the other place with the really nice lady who's really smart, and we talked to them for more information, and then we decided we were going to go to the high-rise place and try and find Leah. And so when we went in there, Classe did her magic and pulled a fast one on the attendant and broke in to the high-rise and had the attendant show Classe and Sun Kong and Chemo around, while Aesop did a slip and fall routine like a grandpa.
Pretended to be a paraplegic.
The old Slippin' Jimmy.
Yeah, Slippin' Jimmy.
He pretended to be an invalid, and caused a problem with the robot man out front as a distraction. And then when they went to go investigate the room upstairs, it exploded from a trap, and that was bad. So then Aesop magically wasn't an invalid anymore, and he flew up into the sky to go after them. And then they commandeered and acquired some vehicles, and they went into like a high-speed chase in the sky. And they're currently fighting like brain-sucking robots in the sky on these cars. And Rinkaz and I are downstairs with our new lizard marine friend, and Hush and Jashini out of luck while our friends are in danger.
Yes, that is very succinct recap. Thank you, NVIDIA. You happen to find a weird bit in your pockets. And speaking of NVIDIA, I just want to really quick go around. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Kevin, for reminding me. I'm Jaso, the DM. Who else is playing with me this session?
Hello, I am Bailey. I play the androgynous Eidolon, Glace Allure. I'm a College of Glamour bard.
Hey everybody, I'm Luke. I'm playing Aesop, Kinku Bloodhunter, Order of the Lycan, and his alter ego Subject 22.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Kevin. I play Sun Kong, your apeling/bionoid monk following the way of the abundant spirit.
I'm Rinkaz. I'm a lizard folk who thinks he's a fighter, but he's pretty sure he's a ranger. I like to shoot things. I'm a gunslinger.
What's up? Kyle, playing Chemo. He's a shadow monk, Shadow Kai. Newest recruit, hunter for hire.
And I'm Nick. I play in VD, half-elf celestial warlock, Pact of the Tome, and I have the most awesome familiar of all time, a pseudo-dragon named Jiro.
Thank you, everybody. So yes, as Nick/NVD pointed out, the large majority of the group was on the top of the very vertical Felicity Tower that rose up 150 floors. They each got on what looked to be automated spelljammers piloted by robots or constructs of some type as they took off in pursuit of who they're hoping or assuming may be Leah or someone related to. And during the pursuit, as they began to make their way across the tops of the smaller spelljammers very high up in the air, they began to be assaulted by other spelljammers that pulled up with constructs in tow, with armor that was a deep red in color and seemed to have jars on top of where their heads would be, with brains inside of glass floating, and also there seems to be some pretty nasty brain creatures coming towards Aesop, or one at least. However, back on the surface level, Nvidi, Rinkaz, and your followers Jashini, Hush, who had stayed down below as Aesop shot up above with his wings, as well as Grizdom, the other lizard folk, in a very large looking metal suit, had stayed down below to help distract as the others headed up the tower. You guys were probably in the midst of having a conversation or doing what you can to finish up the distractions with the cyber golem, who was giving you a bit of trouble trying to get the rest of the group pulling his attention, when you heard the explosion coming from outside high up above you. You all take a step out from being sort of underneath the high rise of Felicity Tower, more into the courtyard area. It's very sparse out here. There's not many folks at all. There is actually a steel sort of surrounding foundation, a small wall, so no one can just enter the general vicinity of this plaza-like area of Felicity Tower. As I noted before, it is more of a restricted area for those who are on the wealthier or higher in position on the planet. A lot of the higher position genius and those folks with larger pockets full of cash are able to stay here. So not many people around this area. You heard the explosion, moved outside from underneath the entryway to Felicity Tower, and as you, Nvidi and Rinkaz, look up, you do see what looks like a entire floor being immolated as flames burst out from the side of the building, and you can hear the crackling of glass. And sort of step a bit away. None of the pieces too large to puncture you or anything, but you do feel the speckle of glass hit you, and the sound of the thunderous explosion sort of reverberates around the area. The cyber golem, who you had been speaking to previously, looks to each of you and says,
"Excuse me, I must go investigate the sound coming from above,"
and begins to step away. Is there anything you guys do as the golem begins to leave? It looks like he's headed the same way towards the elevator or lift that would lead up into Felicity Tower.
I take the world's greatest perception check to look for a car or an Uber.
Can I assist?
Sure. Both of you guys make a perception check.
You just hear screaming in your earpieces at this point.
15 plus 7.
Unnatural 20.
You both peer around. Jashini standing not too far away. Nvidi, Hush, and Grizdom still close by. Close together with you guys, seeing as you are the sort of main members of the Tycoons and have the largest amount of versatility and survivability, being the main folks here. You peer around Rinkaz as well as you and Nvidi, both sort of looking in different directions, working in tandem to see if you can spot any sort of spelljammer or other construct like vehicle that seems like could be operated from where you are. You peer around, and similar to how the large amount of the city ways works, you don't notice anything on the surface level. Most of what you have seen that moves back and forth is happening high in the air. Perhaps they do land somewhere in some places, but you get the sense from looking high above that when these spelljammers do land, at least here in the vicinity of Felicity Towers, they probably land at the roof level so as not to get in the way of any passerbys taking travel on foot at the surface level. You guys do notice, though, as you peer around, a crackling, scintillating, what looks like almost terror that just almost pierces through an area a couple yards away from you. It's a brightish green and pulls open in a circular shape. Within, it looks like an area of Neo Gokyo, but almost a place that is removed. It's like looking inside, I don't know, it's almost like watching one of the recordings of your adventures through the rec device as a programmed illusion. It's like a different area of the city that you see inside. You assume it may be some type of magic gateway of some sort. Stepping through the portal and realizing now that you guys, after peering around, are relatively alone and there are not too many other people in this area, stepping out is the Steel Predator.
Oh no!
Absolutely.
Ripperonis, my daughter's dead. Also, I guess you guys, I care about you too.
It takes a look, at least as far as you can tell, between the fact that it doesn't seem to have any particular senses of sight, at least from what you can see on the sort of faceplate of the steel look to it. Almost confirming, looking back from you and Viti to you, Rinkaz, before shifting into a full-on just gallop towards you. You hear these large, heavy sounds of metallic claws tearing across the steel floor or surface level towards you. I need you guys to roll initiative, please.
Oh, we split the party hard.
I look to Nvidia and say, you know, maybe it's going to give us a ride. And I pull my rifle.
Kill me.
Alright. You want initiative? Come on.
Yes, please.
I'll give you your stinking initiative.
14 as well.
Hey, buddy.
Dual for who's got the higher dex? I imagine that's
15.
Rinkaz. Oh, okay, not bad.
You base dex or plus dex?
What your base dex?
Yeah, 15.
20.
And no matter what your scores, we're going to put you in order, but we're going to keep you below the others. So we'll just say 15 for you, Rinkaz, 14 for you and Viti, because we're going to do sort of like a split combat here.
Sure.
So as not to confuse. I also need to roll for the Steel Predator.
He
to
critically
say
fails.
To my lizard friend, this is all of your rounds going into this thing. Kill this thing dead, or it kills all of them.
He nods, removing the large cannon from his back that had the sort of disguised look, as it is a similar tone of color as to his suit, from looking like some type of metal-like boost equipment, and now wields it in both hands as an actual weapon, ready to assist you as a companion. Jashini grabs onto your arm tightly and says, "Inviti," as the Steel Predator launches your way.
Oh no!
What do you do, Rinkaz?
Oh God.
I laugh and say, it's a good thing I kept this revolver, because all the rest of my weapons, including Big Deborah, are with Murder Bird.
Oh my god!
Run, 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 run.
Hell, I'm gonna shoot it and then run inside and make the robot go kill it. Let's see.
That's a good idea.
This is gonna be everything I have in one round on this stupid son of. We're gonna pull out the revolver and take a shot. I'm gonna use a point of grit to gain advantage on the
All right.
first time firing this thing. Don't fail me.
Why did you say that? Oh, that's pretty good.
27 hit.
Yeah, that will hit a lot of things. What weapon are you using, Rinkaz?
The revolver.
Is that boosted by any type of magical ammunition or like a gem or anything, just for my knowledge?
It is just my arcane dot scope on it. I don't have
Okay.
anything else.
Gotcha.
Any other.
You're using just like basic ammunition?
Yeah. I have
Okay.
acid rounds inside of my thing, but I don't think acid works on this. They'd be +1, but
Okay.
let's see.
Knowledge checks are free.
Alright, first shot. 16 damage.
You fire off with your revolver a shot at the creature. You see a pang and spark where it connects. The creature seems completely unfazed as it continues its full-on leap towards you guys.
Holy shit.
Alright, I'm gonna have to use another grip point on this thing then. Give me 1 sec. I don't know if it'll work. I think it has to be damage. Any of my effects.
I'm so sorry. Oh, man.
It has been watching you guys for a while, and now you get a sense of how it is able to move around relatively quickly, stepping out from what you assume some type of portal or gateway.
I'm gonna take a second shot since I have one on my attack round anyways.
Sure.
And maybe try and aim at its feet or any vital organs, anything. Maybe just try and call a shot to try and trip it if I.
Okay, sure.
I will use one more point of grit to gain advantage on this shot. 26.
That's gonna hit.
Oh, excuse me. The second one was stupid mod. Yeah, still 26. All right.
Totally hits.
I'll just keep the damage from before. 13 total.
All right. Another bullet. Same thing from the revolver.
Yep.
You fire off quickly in the 6-second round, just sort of like doing that thing where you have your other hand or like right above the weapon, that kind of rapid fire. The 2 shots into it. Another shot pierces this one into its leg. Nothing happens though. Its stride is not broken at all.
Well, I looked in V and say, I guess my hat of disguise doesn't hide me from it either. I'm going to take my action surge and chug my potion of fire breathing and say, we need to get the hell out of here. I suggest we run inside of the hotel and go up top. Maybe there's another car up there.
I agree. We need to run.
With that, Nvidia, it is your turn. Also,
Okay.
Rinkaz, before I switch, do you want to go anywhere? You use your attack actions, not your move action.
Oh, I'd like to delay for the rest of the party to go, but I'm going to use my full movement to go back inside the hotel lobby as far as I can.
Okay, so
But-
on your turn, you're going to move, or do you want to stay and let everyone else move on?
Just run.
Yeah, I'm going to haul ass.
All right, you quickly move out from sort of out from underneath the Felicity Tower back onto the underneath square where the rain no longer pelts you, trying to quickly make your way to the lift that you saw previously, where the rest of the party went, and where you're assuming the cyber golem went as he turned the corner out of your view. And Vidi, you see a steel predator barreling down on you.
Okay. I want to move as far back as I can to the tower, and I want to lay down a wall of fire to cover us.
All right, you can move up to, I believe you and Rinkaz have the same speed, so you can catch up with Rinkaz, Jashini in tow. Along with you, Rinkaz, obviously Hush, and you currently are working with Grizdom, so don't forget his benefits are yours to use. And Vidi, you quickly run along with Jashini, catching up to Rinkaz. You turn, you find yourself just out from underneath the spatter of rain from the outside, feeling as though if you were to create your wall of fire here, it may not cover the whole area, although if you're able to, I'll say if you're able, from where you are, you can move in enough to where you can create the wall of fire so that as the entryway into Felicity Tower becomes that narrow walkway that you guys saw on the previous map, you're able to create it so it blocks the way. So if it is going to continue pursuit on you, it's going to have to go through it if you'd like.
Yeah, can I do that?
Totally. You throw a hand out, and with a shine from your palm, a flashing, flaring wall of flame just completely blocks that 2-3 square, like 10, 15 foot narrow passage of fire. Through it, you still see the steel predator turning and giving chase. However, you feel like it's at least going to have to try and push through to get to you guys.
That's good.
Anything else?
Not.
Did you have, let me ask you a question. Did you have your buddy Jira out?
He would have been out from
Okay.
when we left the ship, yeah.
So let's put him out here. I'll let you roll for him if you want for his initiative, since I did forget to put him out there for you.
I believe he gets the same +2 that I do. He gets a 15.
Almost gets the same initiative as you.
I'll put him in the initiative, but go ahead and act for Jira if you want to do anything with him. Otherwise, I'm assuming he just staying on your shoulder or nearby follows with you.
Yeah, he's gonna come with us for now.
Okay, cool. So he's in the initiative order if he needs to do anything independent from you for next round. The Steel Predator shifts, moving your guys' way. Let me see how fast this thing can move.
It's 200 feet a turn.
It's fast.
I'd like to position myself, even if we're running together, like to be the first one attacked, or at least
Okay.
in the line.
Rinkaz steps up in V, sort of throwing a hand up and just letting you step back so that he can, if needs be, take the brunt of the force. Grizdom stepping close by, sort of behind Rinkaz, kind of blocking the way in case anything happens. As you step up, Rinkaz, since you guys are kind of technically close to one another where you could do this, the Steel Predator pushes through the wall of fire, crackling, rippling past it. What does that do if a creature passes through it, Avidi?
They have to. I'm gonna read it right here.
Sure.
On the side of the wall, so facing outward, 5d8 fire damage to each creature that either ends its turn within 10 feet on that side or inside the wall. A creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall the first time, or ends its turn there.
So go ahead and roll the damage for that as the creature is just barreling through it.
It's an DC 18 Dex save
Okay, for like half damage?
for half damage.
Alright.
So it's a 5d8 plus 5 from, or I think it's 68. Let me see.
It rolls
Give me a
18.
37.
DC was 18.
DC is 18.
It just matches, unfortunately.
Okay.
Brutal.
You see the speed that this thing is just almost, as you would surmise, mechanically just one single thought in mind to come after you guys is almost just pushing through the fire with such a haste that it takes a little less damage. So what's 37 have? Like 16? We round down? Or no, a little bit more than that. What would we be looking at? Like 17?
Sort.
Yeah.
Something like, let's see.
19.
19, thank you. Still not bad damage. Hang on just a second here. Alright. As it pushes through, it launches off of its feet towards you, Rinkaz.
Good truth.
As it is throwing itself through the air towards you guys, you hear a loud, cacophonous screech as it opens its jagged maw. A sound familiar to you guys when you were previously on the Neogokyo planet from one of our earlier sessions. The screeching sound is high-pitched and rings through your ears. There is a beating sensation that almost pushes against your bodies like a physical force. Areas made of glass around you, and especially because of the steel interior here, it just bounces off the walls. You hear glass cracking and shattering around you from areas nearby. I need you guys to please make Constitution saving throws.
Nervous Kevin.
Don't be nervous, bud.
If I fail, I have Indomitable.
I rolled a 19.
Don't
11.
say that. Trust me, do not say that.
Does an 11 fail?
An 11 would fail.
Does a 23 fail?
Oh, I forgot you paid Roll20 for good work. I forgot about that.
In VD, Rinkaz, there is a thunderous blast against you from this just shrill but powerful, high-pitched roar that comes from the creature that has this mechanical nature to it. It blasts you back, Rinkaz, for 14. Let's take a look here. 14 thunder damage. In VD for 16 thunder damage. You feel your body almost tense up for a second, like you are going to be just held there from just the loud screeching noise, but are able to power through it. With that, we'll change our maps as the creature continues heading its way towards you guys.
Super intense.
This might be it, boys.
Is it, boy?
This is fine. This is fine. Everything is fine.
This is bad. This is bad.
Just jump off the vehicle.
Look, if things get hairy for Aesop, he'll just disengage and swan dive down to street level and abandon you guys to your fates. It's fine.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
that seems accurate.
I guess Glacé is the only one in danger way up here.
Oh no, I could just polymorph or dimension door somewhere, I'm sure.
Oh, we're all good then.
If we need to
falling here,
if we need to pull the ripcord, we can.
we're just gonna jump.
Now, don't forget, because I've sort of done what I can to sync things up for the action between these two parties, you guys do have your earrings of communication, so...
I think we did mention last week over the earrings of communication what was happening.
Okay, so I would assume, just so if any of you guys are like, oh shit, I wish the other guys knew about this, I would assume that you're leaving the communications open so that they can hear what's happening.
Yeah.
I imagine it's that thing where you get feedback from a mic when it goes super loud as that thing screams at us and deals damage to us, that everyone just hears a loud piercing ring.
Aesop's just like, holy shit, get the fuck out of there.
Run. If only we could have two wrecks at once.
I'm about to get
Wow,
wrecked.
that's Glacé's concern, is we can only record one group at a time.
One set of deaths.
She needs the money!
She does need that money.
Before I
Live
roll...
like us peasants.
before I roll back to the top of the initiative order, because I introduced the creature at the end of the session, I meant to actually have it move before we roll back up to the top. So because of that, Aesop, you see a gross-looking brain-like creature.
Wait! It gets a turn. It just pops out and gets a turn.
Yeah, it was waiting. It was waiting. It seems to have like a stalk at the end, almost like a tail.
I know what it does, Jason.
4 smaller, gross-looking, fluid-covered, like creature-like legs. 3 prongs at the end with claws that scamper across. It shifts quickly, coming at you.
Oh, Aesop.
I know what it does, Jason. But does Aesop know what it does? Can I make a nature check on it as it skitters toward me?
Knowledge checks are free.
I may as well make my last knowledge check ever after this thing eats my brain. I know exactly what that is. That's a 22 on nature, on what that thing is.
You have studied texts of different biologies before and heard rumors of dark rituals from certain races and groups of nefarious creatures, creating such a blasted ritual that it would create an actual disgusting looking entity created from a live brain as an intellect devourer. You have a
don't eat my brain! You just hear that over the earring of communication.
Those things suck.
It shifts, almost just sliding across the front of the ship, clawing as it does towards you, getting in close.
Oh God.
I know what that is. I'm gonna use Curse of the Eyeless on it.
All right, what does that do?
Oh, wait. It doesn't have eyes.
It doesn't look like it has eyes.
It has no eyes. Well, go ahead, Jason.
It launches towards you, trying to claw you for 17 versus AC.
Oh, thank God that misses.
You quickly parry with your cane as it sort of launches back, sliding across the wet slick of the front of the ship as it speeds forward. It is... You watch as it throws itself up on its 2 front legs, and you now see what looks like some type of stalk, or what's the term? A proboscis, is that it?
Proboscis, I think.
Proboscis.
Proboscis. None of us had it right except for Kyle.
A proboscis of some feet shoot out towards your head. I need you to please make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, wait, he gets that even if it misses? Oh, fuck.
Can't you use your good luck card?
I mean, I'm gonna have to, because I'm not trained in intelligence saves, so I mean, this might not even do it still. Oh, thank God. 20.
All right, good.
Yes, Jason, good.
You similarly, almost disgusted by this action, still holding up your sword cane, just quickly throw it to the side, knocking the proboscis back of this nasty thing as it falls back on all fours.
I just say the spears. There's brain-eating creatures in the spears. Don't let them touch you. It's bad.
Ew.
As you hear this, Sun Kong, it is your turn. Your current ship is being assaulted, but by what look like floating, almost ghostly entities, almost brought into existence by the larger-looking construct on a spelljammer similar to yours, north of you, at least map-wise. The rain pelts the area here of the steel ship as it thrusts forward. What do you do?
So you're saying I saw this thing?
What then?
This thing?
Yeah, you can see it from here.
Summon them? I saw them like summon these things?
Oh no, you saw them originate from around what looks to be this creature. Although how you are unsure. The one that's like northeast of you.
I wonder if I kill it, will they die?
That's a good question.
That's what I'm going with.
You just have to get there.
I mean, it's Sun Kong we're talking about.
Using the side of the ship as the ghostly entities assault Glace and Chemo, making sure not to take a swipe from their ethereal claws. Move your way to the edge of the ship and launch forward. As you launch down onto the wing of the ship holding the larger looking construct, please make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Woo! Screams as he jumps.
Remember, you have the limit break thing if you fail this.
I get to re-roll that, right? Oh,
Well, let's see if it fails first.
What's the total?
So yeah, let's see. I rolled a.
Pretty sure it's a 12.
16.
Ooh, 16. Is that a save or an acrobatics check?
It's a
Save.
save.
I have a +9.
As you land on the wing, Sun Kong, you feel yourself begin to slip a little bit, but you quickly catch the edge. It's sharp and almost cuts into your hands, but it doesn't deal any damage. It's just very sharp on the side here. You use it to just sort of get a grip because of the very slickness as the rain pelts you and the Spelljammer here, and you catch yourself. You're able to cling on and move where you need to from here.
Okay, so I actually land here. That was within my range. Because I remember...
The large red tinted metal construct shifts your way. You can now clearly see the top where a head would be is now this circular glass jar or some type of containing device, a strange bluish liquid and an actual floating brain within.
Okay, so I had my silver quarterstaff with me as a walking stick.
Right.
So
I'm assuming for flavor you're sort of using that as you're launching yourself to sort of like push it against the ships as you jump.
And so with that ability vault with the quarterstaff, if I end my long jump and my movement next to an enemy, I can do a single attack.
Okay.
So I will attack it with my quarterstaff, which again is silver.
Gotcha.
13, and I'm gonna try to aim, if I can, for the dome.
You kick around in a quick twirl, trying to bring your quarterstaff down on the large construct. It connects, but you see as a large taloned metallic claw bats away your weapon, and it does not deal damage.
Okay, so... I'm gonna just try to hit it again for my other action. I will attack it.
That's a D8. You just rolled a
the wrong
D8.
thing.
Yeah, don't show me those ones. I like to give out cards when I see ones like that.
Also, your first roll was a D8.
Yeah, I noticed I hit the wrong thing on that too.
Oh.
Either way, sorry.
Reroll your first attack. I'll allow you to do that.
Still a pretty good roll for it, though.
Yeah, all things considered.
And we'll keep your 25 for your second attack. Or do you want it? Yes, so go ahead.
Give me for the second. That's
okay, so reroll for your first one.
Oh my god.
23.
That's gonna hit.
There you go.
Alright, and so yeah, I come down with my quarterstaff.
Time rewinds.
Macro. Sorry, I hit the damage one.
It's okay. It's okay.
You will be sorry.
9. 9 damage for that first attack. Second attack is a 12. I'm going to try. I will expend a key point to do stunning fist.
Yes.
See if it does anything. So you have to.
It's a con save.
con save 15, I think. Yes, 15.
What's the effects if it fails?
It's done till the end of my next turn.
What's the condition for stun? Is that like a paralyzed type of thing?
It is not as it's not as bad as paralyzed.
Let me check D&D Beyond.
Incapacitated, can't move, can only speak falteringly, fail strength and dex saving throws, enemy attacks have advantage.
So it counts as incapacitated.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is can't take actions or reactions.
It rolled an 18.
Ah, damn. I had to try.
Yeah, good try, good try.
You strike into it, and you almost see a bit of reverberation between the steel of the construct's form. But just the pure mass of it, you get the sense that it is very hardy in terms of its just actual physicality. And unfortunately, that attack doesn't take.
Okay, I will then...
You still do your damage to it, though.
Yeah. I'm just trying to double check something. I think I can still activate Flurry of Blows because it's... Oh no, it's a bonus action. Never mind. Alright, so I get my one bonus regular extra attack.
Alright.
24.
That's gonna hit.
Isn't that your stunning strike, though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not using my Flurry Blows. Because Flurry Blows, I get 2 extra attacks.
Oh.
Normally, I just get 1.
Okay.
So this is my extra attack. For my first attack, 9 damage.
He's using
then
his 6 extra attacks, not his normal 20.
And then my second normal attack, 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
7 damage. And my bonus attack, 22 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
12 damage.
So 19. And what was that, 28 overall? Alright, you smash into it with a volley of strikes using your silvered quarterstaff. You try to hit areas that you think, trying to aim towards the top of the glass dome at the top. It's able to sometimes grab and shift your quarterstaff in certain ways to where it doesn't exactly crack it. Although you do strike the body, it doesn't look like it's doing a lot, but you do notice that you are making dents into the creature. You are dealing damage to this thing.
Hey.
Anything else, Sun Kong?
That will be my turn.
Alright. Aesop, there's a weird, gross, nasty brain creature that came from the front end of this glass object on the tip of the spear that was held by this construct in red that is coming after it. There's also some type of ethereal specter behind you.
I've seen a ghost before. Glace and Chemo across the way see Aesop like standing on his tiptoes like a Victorian woman that just saw a rat and like trying to like shy away from it. And then I kind of just sheepishly like slash my my cane at this creature because I ain't having that shit. I try to skewer it for 23 versus AC.
You attacking the little brain baby?
Oh yeah.
23 is definitely going to hit as you.
It's going to be 12 piercing and 4 fire damage.
All right.
Oh, you're sandwiched.
Please help! These things eat brains.
Oh,
Also,
help.
there's a ghost behind me.
Okay.
A ghost.
You strike into it pretty heartily and see a spatter of dark blood just sort of push out of it because of the velocity of the spelljammer and strike across the sort of like window area of the eye of the spelljammer here as it kind of splatters. It's still standing as it shifts, squirming around violently.
I'm gonna try to hit it again.
All right.
That one's gonna be 15 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
It's gonna be 13 slashing this time, and 2 fire damage.
What's it look like when you kill this creature?
It's just on the end of my cane, and I'm just like, duh! And I shake it off into the abyss below the thing.
All right, it falls. You watch as it just silently falls into the brightness slash darkness of the many stories below you down to the surface level, probably to scare the ever-loving shit out of a group of people down on the Neogokian streets below.
I just turned to this ghost who I'm moderately less worried about. And that's all for me.
All right. Chemo, there is a ethereal ghost-like creature assaulting you and Glace on the other ship here.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I'm just gonna waylay onto this guy area here in front of me.
All right.
So it's plus 9, 17.
That is going to hit.
So it's 23 or 22. Good at math.
What does it look like as you finish off this ethereal spirit?
Slice. Oh, that was the next attack roll. Sorry, it wasn't damage.
Okay, that's still your. What was the damage from your first attack then?
We're at least 14 damage before I roll.
Okay, yeah, no, that thing is dead then.
Okay. Yeah. So it's just 2 quick slices across, and then I hold up a finger to my ear. Aesop, are you okay over there?
I killed the brain thing. Now there's just a ghost.
Excellent. He shifts backwards and makes a flurry of blows against this one. That is.
I forgot you're a fucking monk too.
I'm a fucking monk too.
Jason, can you kill Aesop so I can also be a monk?
Fuck you guys.
Fuck me. How do we? What's on our strike? Oh, plus 8, 16, 16.
Nasty.
What?
16 on both of those.
Versus AC?
Yeah.
They both hit. Let's do damage for each one.
Boom, 7, boom, 9, 18 altogether. Damn it, I'm so bad at math. 16.
At least you corrected yourself.
And you are using your short sword with the gem instilled in it, correct?
No, this is magic fists. It counts as magical weapons.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So you're pummeling it. Despite it being relatively translucent, you do feel some type of resistance as you smash your fist into the entity, and you watch as large portions of its body sort of just shift into this wispy smoke, with the velocity pulling away large portions of it. Only the sort of like hands of the creature and sort of neck up are mostly opaque at this point. The rest of its body has largely been knocked away, but it is still there, trying to assault you.
Can I make some kind of a check to see what kind of thing this is?
Sure.
Give
me like a nature or a history, something that would make sense to identify.
Oh, I have advantage on history checks, so I'll do that.
There you go. That gem comes in handy.
Wow.
That's a 19.
All right.
Card.
Yeah. First
and
off,
a good boy card.
take your good boy card.
Yeah.
You may have dealt with these in your past before, depending on your history of your character. You are able to surmise that this is a specter. It has quite a few resistances to non-magical attacks, considering its ethereal nature. It has immunities to necrotic and poison, as you probably have had to deal with in the past, and has quite a few damage immunities. I won't read them all off, but you would get the sense of knowing which ones work and which ones don't.
Are they immune to fire? It's relevant.
Yeah, I was going to say, for relevance to relaying it to Aesop, slashing, piercing, fire, and cold. What about those?
Slashing, piercing, bludgeoning, thunder, lightning, fire, cold, acid from non-magical attacks. I'm sorry, as well as bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical attacks.
So fire, it's immune to fire.
Not immune. It has resistances to acid, cold, fire, lightning, thunder. And then from bludgeoning, piercing, slashing is the typical, resistance unless it's magical.
Okay. Just stick to physical attacks. It doesn't seem to take much from magic.
Okay.
You get the sense that it's dead, so necrotic won't do much, and it's dead, so you can't really poison it to death since it's dead.
But it
Does it
has
get-
eyes. I can blind it, right? It's not immune to blind. Does it have blind sight?
Yeah, so I guess. Would we know that?
It does not have a condition immunity to being blinded.
It looks like it has eyes, so I'm gonna assume I can blind it.
Also,
That's true.
Chemo points out that it does have sunlight sensitivity, although the sort of overcast here of Neogokyo pervades that from happening. Unless you guys had some type of thing to throw a large amount of light in its face somehow, but you do get that sense.
Some sort of blessed boy.
You get the sense, Chemo, that it's trying to drain the life out of you. Anything else, Chemo?
Nope. Nope, that's it.
Alright, Sun Kong, the large construct, shifts towards you and wants to... It opens its clawed hands your way, and in its palms you see two small rounded openings. With a quick shift, there is a cloud of smoke of some type of gaseous form that shoots from its hands into your face as you're trying to assault it with your quarterstaff. Please make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Sun
Okay,
Kong, right?
I'm using my.
Sun Kong, yes. That's not a bad idea.
Inspiring.
I don't know. Just get rid of it. It's just advantage.
Right, right.
Oof.
That was a good roll of yours. A naked 19, even without any pluses, is able to pass this. There is a sensation within you as you breathe in that almost stiffens your joints, but you power through it as the rain pelts your face. That's it for its turn. This motherfucker. Big old daddy.
It only summoned a bunch of ghosts that are fucking our shit up right
It
now.
only summoned a bunch of ghosts, unfortunately. Aesop, the one next to you rings its claws towards you, trying to catch you.
Splash blood in its face.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna use Bright Curse of the Eyeless on it, and I'm gonna amplify it. He has disadvantage on his next two attack rolls.
He claws at you with disadvantage. That's a 14 versus AC.
Woo, miss.
Alright. That is unfortunately all this dumb thing can do.
Oh, good. I got 2 turns of disadvantage out of that. Good.
Nice.
Amplify me.
Good amplify.
I did it.
Me do good.
Me do good. Be smart.
This one is going to hold its turn. Glace, you're up.
Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is give this thing a little kiss of wounding.
Chemo punched a large majority of this thing away, but it's still standing as you lean in to give it a nice smooch.
Does Kiss do necrotic?
Kiss does. Let me check. It is.
Chemo would be able to relay if this is going to have some type of resisted effect or anything because of his natty 20.
It's
Sure.
force.
Oh, sick.
It's
Okay.
not immune to that. It's full damage on that, I think.
As you lean in for a pucker with this disgusting looking gaunt-like specter, is there any save that it needs to make?
No, I get to roll.
What?
19.
Versus armor class?
I think I get to roll. No, yeah, I get to roll. Versus AC, yeah.
That hits.
And now I can do. Oh
Mwah.
my god. What level are we? 14?
10.
10.
Ten.
We're 10. Sorry, I'm looking
Oh
at.
god.
Wrong
Holy
game.
Sorry.
I summoned a demon from my kiss. I suck it into another plane in my mouth.
3. Oh, 2d12 to it now. Sorry, guys. I don't usually get this close to people. so I don't usually get to use this often. Did it work? No. What? Hold on, that was 1.
What?
Okay, 16 force damage.
What does it look like as you tear what undead life was left from this thing?
I blow it a kiss, and it vanishes into dust.
Chemo falls on his ass like the Avatar guy. What's his name? Not Sasha.
Aang.
Sokka.
I
Oh,
wink
Sokka.
I wink at Chemo, and then I use a bonus action, and anyone that is within 50 feet of me,
Oh god, is that me?
that is you,
Yeah.
and I
Oh.
think now it's Sun Kong since I moved. Okay, yep, Sun Kong. So all you boiks get 11 temporary HP, and if you want, you can move to me without occurring opportunity attack. But
Aesop walks off of the boat towards Glosse. No, I don't do that.
but I'm done.
All right, Glosse, that's a good turn. Glosse, you and Chemo are able to see that there is another construct that is in a ship, sort of like to the southeast of you. It throws a spear-like staff up into its metallic arms, and with a thrust, it launches it towards your ship. It falls just a bit out of view as it hits the side of the ship, and you hear a cracking of glass as shifting from the blades of the ship up onto the deck is an intellect devourer. Also, you're on mute, Glosse, if you're trying to talk.
Oh no. Okay, I can't get any dumber. I can't.
That's what you fucking think.
Don't say that.
No, I mean I can't. I don't want to. It will. I mean I
That's what
can get dumber,
That's
but I
what
don't
it
want.
wants. It immediately acts,
Great.
crawling towards you, Glosse.
No. It can try.
It launches its squeamish self into the air, throwing a small clawed appendage your way, trying to catch you with its claw. For 16 versus AC?
Nope, because I am beautiful and I got +5 right now, so I got 20.
You've
Without
activated
fire.
your racial ability.
I did that last session and it lasts for I don't remember how long. I can look it up, but it's
The swirling, scintillating motes around you distract the creature just enough to where its claw misses you. However, as it kind of lands rolling close to you, it quickly in the same turn launches itself on its hind feet, and a proboscis shoots out your way, close to your face from what it seems like.
okay.
I am going to need you to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
I guess I'll use my inspiration.
Good idea.
Bye.
Yeah, use all those inspirations. Thank you. I'll
No.
take
Fuck.
that card.
Fuck you, Chase.
Oh, okay. I get a +0. That's an 13.
13? That makes it. You quickly, using your mic staff, bat away the disgusting looking appendage of the creature that shot out towards you.
That's the sound it made.
Stopping whatever was going to happen from happening from this nasty thing.
Aesop was freaking out about it.
It's going to eat your brain!
Oh, I don't want
I
that.
want to suck your brain.
Oh, boo.
Shut up.
The construct close to you, Aesop,
Hi.
having rendered its spear-like weapon inoperable from the breaking of the glass, steps over the side of the ship and works its way over towards you. You see it close its steel fists and attempt to punch you in the face.
All right, fair enough.
It
I'm gonna use
throws
my reaction, so go ahead.
one fist your way for 23 versus AC.
Ooh, I get clocked.
It punches you squarely in the jaw for 8 bludgeoning damage.
Owie.
Before throwing, this is not a natty 20, but a 24 versus AC.
Holy shit. God, those rolls, though, hot and buttery. Yeah, that's another hit.
You reel from the first strike, unable to see the second one as it smashes into the side of your shoulder for 12 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, goddamn. The punches, though.
Yeah, it's a nasty critter. With that, as it finishes this pummel against you, we switch maps.
Barn doors.
Rinkaz. Envidi threw up a large wall of flame that this steel predator has pierced through, continuing its assault towards you. It railed out a large roar your way, but didn't affect you guys all that much from a throwback sensation of a thunderous screeching damage. What do? You get the sense, at least from what you saw, that if you were to expend both of your move actions, you could get to the lift from where you remember it being previously.
Yes.
Make a history check.
$17 total.
You feel like both you and Aviti, as well as the others in token, safely make it to the lift. You are unsure how long it takes, since the cyber golem was apparently using it to get back down to the base floor for you to use it again. It's possible, but you're unsure. What do?
I'd like to use a free bonus action to spit a gout of fire at it to get it to frick away.
The steel predator is adjacent to you as it tried to swipe you with its claw previously. Or no, it tried to swipe you with its claw but missed.
I'm using my full action of everything to get the hell away from it, but I get a free bonus action to spit fire.
Alright, letting loose from your mouth a just jet spray of flame. You watch Nvidia as Rinkaz almost has more of a draconic sort of look to him as he just breathes this gout of flame all over the predator ahead of you.
DC 13 dex for the predator. I'm sure it's going to pass. It's magical, if that matters.
It is magical, so that is helpful to know. It does pass.
It takes half of the damage then.
Alright, just let me know what that ends up being.
Half of 15, so we down, up?
Round down.
To 7 then.
Alright. The gout of flame looses over the steel predator. You watch through the blaze as it does seem to affect it to some extent. What else do you do, Rinkaz? You could use your action and your full movement to get to the lift if you'd like. You will take an attack of opportunity if you move out of the creature's space, as he wants to slash you.
I'll use the disengage action to haul ass.
Alright. You disengage, not making it all the way to the lift, but clearly making some ground away from the steel predator. Jira. Is Jira just moving in tandem with you and Vidi, I'm assuming?
Jira is actually going to try and move closer to it to distract it so we can run away.
Okay, so I'm assuming Jira will stay close by to the predator, and as it shifts to your turn, you'll continue moving forward.
Yeah, I want to move towards the lift.
You guys were in the relative same space. I know, Rink, as you kind of moved yourself ahead of Nvidi. I'll say you're out of its reach since you did put yourself up front, Rinkaz. So Nvidi, you can move without incurring the attack of opportunity along with Jashini.
Okay, we're gonna move as close to the lift as possible.
If you use both your move and your action to take that dash action, you can get to the lift to see if it's operable.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, you quickly move, shifting away from the steel predator, along with Jashini, holding her by the hand, kind of pulling her past Rinkaz, Hush, and Grizdom, headed towards the lift as he kind of continues his blockade to help protect you, standing his ground. You reach the lift. There is a arcane sigil that shifts on the wall. You can see that it does shift through what looks to be common numerical numbers. It looks to be coming back down to the base floor, but won't be here until the next round.
Oh, that's so fucked up.
Okay, I want to relay that to Rinkaz that we have to get to the elevator, but it's not here yet. And
I got an
then,
idea.
yeah, that's gonna be it for us.
This is like Ripley reaching the evacuation area, and the ship's not there.
I messaged him that privately.
And we've been messaging back and forth saying it's the same thing.
Jira's standing by, staying next to the steel predator. It is going to make an intelligence check really quickly. It's not dumb.
Jira is doing its best. I'm a massive dragon pose.
It brushes by Jira, and you watch Rinkaz as it turns the corner headed your way. It does not recharge. It, on all fours, moving with a almost like cat-line agility, although you can hear the sound of the weight under its steel paws, attempts to, again, since you were the first one in between you and Nvidi, catch up with you. It tries to maw you with its jaws and bite down. Let's take a
19
look.
AC.
Let's check a look.
19 versus AC.
That hits evenly.
It bites into your shoulder for 15 piercing damage. And while sort of holding on, you see a claw throw out to the side and try to cut you across the gut for 18 versus AC.
Just misses.
You, using the momentum of it being attached to your shoulder, sort of throw it into the wall, throwing its claw off before it can connect, as it detaches and lands adjacent to you. That is it for you guys. One more round and you feel like the elevator will be appearing. Until then, we go back up top in the air.
Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air.
Not helping.
Sun Kong, you're next to a large metallic construct, red tint in color. It has tried to do something to you by exhausting a disgusting-looking steam or some type of gas into your face, but you're unaffected. You're up.
I attack.
All right. Go for it.
27 to hit.
That's going to hit. That'll hit most things in D&D.
Stunning strike. Stunning strike. Do the saving throw. 15.
You have a sense that it is pretty bulky boy. It rolls a 18.
Gotta
total.
try. Okay. But I'm still also gonna activate Flurry of Blows.
All right.
14 damage. That one.
Okay.
Ah!
Oh, Sun Kong.
It was bound to happen.
Bad
That
boy
is-
card.
That's the good and bad of being a monk class. Is because of our homebrew rules, you get I get a delicious bad boy card. Let me just draw that over here. Thank you very much. Okay. Your second attack shoots way off, missing, unfortunately.
19 to hit.
A 19 hits.
9 damage.
Alright.
Second wave of attacks.
I'm just gonna have you give me the total once this is all done. Fucking monks.
Let the dust settle first.
Oof. That's a 28 hit him, Jason?
That fucking hit. That'll hit most things in D&D. Sun Kong.
19 hits, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And then 16?
16 just misses.
Alright, so it's twice.
Can you give me a summation of the total of that damage, please?
Let's see. 14, 9, so 23,
Mm-hmm.
another 9, 32. And a 14, so 46, I believe.
Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of damage. You strike into it with a volley of attacks. It does certainly impact, and you're able to strike the construct in multiple spots. This thing must be sturdy.
It looks it. That's my turn.
All right, Aesop, you're up.
Oh
my friend.
boy. Now, do I attack the ghost or do I attack the punchy man? I wish I was a strength-based character. I just pushed the fucking construct off the boat.
You
but
can try anything.
Aesop will fail that if he tries.
Right.
I will tell you that much. I'm just gonna turn around and try to kill this specter. 16 to hit.
That's going to more than likely hit. Yes.
It's gonna be 14 slashing and 3 fire damage.
Your sword cane magical in nature?
It sure is because it's got a gem in it.
Gotcha. Very good. What was the total from those attacks?
Well, it's 14 slashing
14
and 3
slashing.
fire.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
if he's resistant to fire, he only takes like what, like 1 fire from that?
Yeah. That's still
Yeah.
not bad though. So 15 total. You deal a solid amount of damage, watching a vast amount of its form apparate into nothing.
14 to hit.
14 is going to hit.
All right. 11 slashing and 2 fire damage. That's after the reduction.
You watch as the last wispy motes around its body dissipate, shifting past your face and becoming nothing.
Do I see? Okay. All right. So this guy here, he's exuded the fucking gross intellect devour from his spear. Does he look like he has any ranged weapons?
It doesn't. You can make a perception check.
Okay. 15.
Not that you notice.
I'm gonna take an attack of opportunity and just fucking peace out.
All right, it is going to attempt to swing your way with a fist to try and pummel at you for 19 versus AC.
Oh my god, these rolls he's getting. Fuck! That's a hit. Just barely.
You falter just a bit, catching yourself, keeping yourself propelled in the air as a strong smash into your back hits you for 11 bludgeoning damage as you shift away from it.
Christ. Aesop is almost bloody, but not quite. Yeah, so I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 towards the big Boogan.
Okay.
And in my turn.
You see Sun Kong just delivering a series of blows into the construct ahead of you. Chemo, you're up.
Go dismantle this thing with my sword.
It's nasty looking. It's gross. Are you sure you want to do
I'm just
that?
gonna make both of my attack rolls. Oh.
Oh, chemo. Why?
Well, the first one Is a 24 hit?
The first one, is that with the natty one? Oh, no.
No.
The second one is the natty one?
Yeah.
The first one is a hit. The second one is going to be a miss. Also, I get a bad boy card for you.
It takes 9 slashing, or 9 piercing damage. First attack. And then I'll flurry of blows. Plus 8. So does a 21 hit it?
21 hits.
Alright, so both of those hit. I'll take 6 plus 4. 7, 13 bludgeoning damage to it.
You pummel into it, and you see quite a lot of spattering of dark blood shoot across the deck of this spelljammer here. The creature winces, and you can see that it is having trouble standing, but is still upright.
Oh, Jack, I'm gonna ninja slide around this way. Sheath it, put my hand over their hilts, and then just kind of stare off at the guy that hasn't shot at us yet. Which one was this guy shot at us last time?
Which one? That's the one who threw. That's the one who threw the spear your way that let loose this nasty thing.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm facing towards the other one, ready to deflect a missile that's fired this way.
Okay, sure. There's one that's a couple ships ahead that seems to have a spear with this same looking glass-like case on it attached up ahead, but it seems quite a few spaces away from you from here. With that, Chemo, it is the large construct next to Sun Kong's go. It is going to make a recharge roll, and it succeeds. It points a hand, an open steel palm your way, Sun Kong, and also with the other hand your way, Aesop, and a jet of noxious gas shoots out into your faces. I need you both to make a Constitution saving throw.
No roll required, because I automatically succeed.
Was that your Sun Kong?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I use this?
If you're using yours for him, then I'll take it.
You didn't know if it succeeded yet.
But either way, on the one with an advantage, I want you to make a 1d6. A negative 1d6 after your advantage roll, Sun Kong, for your bad boy card.
Oh my god.
It's still gonna be better no matter what.
Oh my god. It's not horrible. It's still a 9, not a 3, but I still failed. So thank you for trying.
I have also failed.
Yeah. Go us.
You're telling me you're immune to this, Aesop.
What is it?
It's not poison, is it?
This is not a poison. This is its paralyzing breath. If you guys don't make the Constitution saving throw...
Well, Aesop's dead then. Shit.
It's not considered a disease, right?
No, it's not. You are considered paralyzed for 1 minute.
Oh, yeah, that's death.
No,
Aesop
no.
That's such a bummer.
You're not dead.
No, I really
it's not
don't
a great
have any,
way.
I really don't have any options.
Yeah, we're not in a great way, but you're not dead yet.
I don't know. If I hit the ground, it might be enough to just straight up kill him.
You all up here on the other Spelljammers, Glace and Chemo, are able to see that as this fumes of this gas hit their faces, Aesop, not fully yet because it hasn't hit his turn, but he seems to just shift. His wings stop flapping and he begins to go into what looks like a free fall. Sun Kong similarly falls onto the surface of the ship, and because of the rain and velocity that's going, begins to slide, considering he's on the side of the ship. Luckily, they already took their turns this round.
Luckily!
The construct further ahead holds its turn. Glace, you're up.
I cast Polymorph on Aesop, and I turn him into a T-Rex.
I'm still paralyzed though.
Yeah, but you have 136 hit points. And then
Holy
that's
shit!
the
So you're
T-Rex.
buffering my fall so that I'll hit the ground as a T-Rex, splatter but not die.
I can't do anything
That's
else.
fucking amazing. I
Temp
love it.
HP.
So birds evolved from dinosaurs. I find this perfect.
I mean, okay. Well, does anyone in this group have feather fall that's here with us right now?
Not that I can give you.
Oh dear! I'm gonna be a big old T-Rex and hit the ground.
This is
It'll look good on rec.
this
Wait,
is
I don't have anything else I
No,
can
no,
help.
this will actually. I think this will actually keep Aesop from dying when he hits the ground. Like, it's a smart thing to do. What, all right, how much?
Perfect. Dude.
How many hit points do I get as
You
the
gained
T-Rex?
136 hit points.
Oh, guys, I think I'm gonna live.
question.
what's the size of a T-Rex?
Oh, it is a
Huge, right?
huge beast.
So,
Question.
hold on.
We have ear communication devices. Glace, what's that thing you can do that makes us move to you?
Well, I gave him the option and he refused it, but it was the.
I don't think he could do that now anyway. He's paralyzed.
No, he can't do it now.
I wouldn't have even gotten to
Yeah.
you.
It was my oh god, mantle of inspiration. Yeah.
They have to be able to see you though.
I have to be. Hold on. You can see me.
No. I assume he's talking about them, not me. Also,
Oh.
I'm paralyzed, so I can't move anyway.
Well, now you're paralyzed, T-Rex.
This is a market improvement.
What's your
I just
total
wanna see-
HP?
My total HP just goes to 133.
Oh, and then you poof back in if you take the full brunt of the damage.
So yeah, and the damage carries over. So if I take over 136 damage, it goes to my 44 hit points that I have. Yeah.
136.
Insta death.
I just want to be the person down on the ground. Larry, how was your day? It was great. I splat. Giant T-Rex.
And then a fucking bird comes out of it. Oh, what happened? Where am I?
Well,
The target assumes the hit points of its new form. If it reverts as a result of dropping to 0 hit points, any excess damage carries over to its normal form.
right, so
Yes,
the T-Rex would pop, and then Aesop himself would take whatever he had left for his
That
HP.
is so ridiculous. I love it.
It's amazing. If it works, it's amazing.
Hey,
Even
luckily
if it doesn't
there
work,
is a maximum to the damage that I can make you take from falling damage, according to the rule book.
Terminal velocity.
There's a terminal
Maximum-
velocity, yes.
maximum of 20 d6.
You all watch as Aesop
fine.
shifts, transforming into a massive Tyrannosaurus Rex, going into free fall.
Now, Jason, does my Tyrannosaurus Rex have raven wing tattoos?
Oh!
Ooh. Do you keep your... What's a text to polymorph?
Oh, this is the kind of rules shit I love.
This is good rules, Lloyd.
I'm sorry, I'm looking.
okay.
It's the target's gain blah 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 minus scores
no.
or place.
No, I can't activate, use, wield, or benefit from any equipment, which I assume the tattoo counts as.
That yes, unfortunately counts as that. That's correct.
So just a free-falling T-Rex.
Let me go ahead and just get the icon ready here. Hang on just a second. Let me size this up just a little bit to about like this right here.
Oh my god! No!
There we are.
No!
There we go.
I'm not gonna lie, fucking polymorph into T-Rex has saved so many fucking campaigns that I've seen. It's kind of crazy how good it is. Oh, this is...
Become a massive T-Rex. Glosse, you cast Polymorph, transforming him as you watch him begin his descent. Is there anything else you would like to do since it's your turn still?
Well, as a bonus action, yes, I would like to cast.
Luke's noise as his T-Rex hits the ground. Two fucking just poor workers at Neo Gokyo circle jerking on their day off, walking up. It turns into a bird.
Oh, Jesus
And then that
Christ.
bird like liquefies from the damage.
How is Song Kong looking over there? Oh,
Sun
he's
Kong
asleep.
is it seems to have collapsed
I look
and is
terrible.
sliding off the ship,
Okay.
similar to Aesop. Whatever that gas was, it seems to have affected both of them.
I think Sun Kong is fine though, because monks have slow fall.
I think Sun Kong should turn into King Kong.
Well, Sun Kong can't hear me, can he? Since he's knocked out.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
He can hear.
Actually,
you.
you're right,
He's
yes.
just paralyzed.
I
Oh,
can hear you.
paralyzed. Okay, Sun Kong.
Aesop, body paralyzed, but feels as though his form shifts into something massive as you begin to fall.
I'll you get up, Sun Kong. Beat that thing up. Don't fall off the ship. I give him bardic inspiration.
Okay.
And I look at this brain thing, and I look at chemo, and that's all I can do. I'm done.
Chemo, who has his back to the sucker.
Yep.
The one that was on the ship next to, actually the one further ahead, and then it's this little guy on the ship. This brain creature shifts. Actually, it's just going to continue its assault towards you, Glosse.
No.
One target at a time. You watch as it attempts to strike you with its little baby claw, completely missing you. However, it does stand up on its hind legs and shoots forth its proboscis towards your
Proboscis.
head. Proboscis. Brazier, right at your face. Please make an intelligence saving throw.
That's even more wrong.
Ooh! I failed. I super failed. I rolled a 3. Oh no.
Get ready for slurring Glosse. Oh no, y'all. If she gets too much drained,
Yeah.
she can't maintain concentration,
Yeah.
and I turn back into a little bird.
You take Glosse 18 psychic damage
Okay.
Okay.
as the proboscis
There you go.
shoots into the side of your cheek. You feel it shifting through, and a sensation, a pinging sensation from your mind. Like your skull is too small for your head. A thrumming sensation as you take the psychic damage. Do you have any resistances to that?
I have resistances against charmed, and then I have a magic item that only works against.
You can also, don't forget about clatter.
Clatter is only AC stuff. I can't. Oh well, I guess. I don't know.
You could, I think, take damage for you if you really needed to. Just keep
Yeah,
it in
I mean-
mind.
Do whatever you need to avoid this.
You did take damage, so I believe it is a requirement that you make a concentration check, please.
It is true.
Okay. Okay.
Heart of the cards. I believe in you.
I don't know what I roll for.
It's just plus your con mod. Like it's a Constitution saving throw, basically.
It's about 10, right?
A 9.
Oh no! Bummer! Oh dear, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, you tried. That was the important thing.
The form of the large Tyrannosaurus Rex shifts, shrinking in size, back into Aesop's natural avian Kinku-like form, as your concentration is just barely thrown off by the creature. What is your intelligence score, Glace?
10.
Glace, you feel your body tense up from the stinging sensation of this proboscis that has entered into the side of you. You are stunned.
Okay.
Fuck him up, Chemo. Don't let her die. Fuck it up.
3 people to save now.
No. Save Glace. Save fucking Glace. You're
Well, I
fine.
mean, obviously, that's the one I can do the most about right now.
Yeah.
We switch to the other map.
I hope it's going better over there.
Isn't it concentration up to 1 hour? So if I cast a spell on him, isn't it still for 1 hour?
No,
No?
you can have your concentration broken by taking damage still.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as you maintain your concentration, it would last for that full hour. But if stuff is attacking you and you're trying to hold a spell, their attacks may throw your abilities off.
It's cool. It's cool.
It was very close.
You tried. You tried really hard.
It was some smart shit,
Those
actually.
Fucking great ideas, yeah.
Yeah.
As the thing bit into me and all that happened, me leering back from the pain, I'm going to ask what happened up there. What's going on?
Kilo, it's gone.
Kimo is the only one that can fucking fight.
I'll say you feel yourself. Does stun stop speech? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you're talking through,
Fuck.
showing them.
You could probably grit stuff through your teeth, Glace, but not enough to cast spells that have any type of, I believe it's some verbal components. Yes, Kimbo and Glace, both of you guys hear this. I mean, as well as Aesop and Sun Kong. It's just a lot of people here are, oh boy.
Yeah. I said, shit's gone bad.
Is everyone okay?
No. No.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark to see if you would let this pass. I yell into the earpiece or yell out loud so everyone can hear it. Murder bird. If you can hear this, don't be the one to let me outlive you. You weak, pitiful bird.
Nice.
In
Can't do
hopes.
it.
I don't know what's going on. If things are bad, I know he's the go-to card, and I heard Aesop screaming, so I don't know if I haven't heard him. I'm taking a shot in the dark. If you would allow Rinkaz to be able to say that to him, in hopes that the bird could somehow help save him.
Unfortunately, transforming has to take an action. That's the rule. So I'm paralyzed.
Give me your inspiration card if you're doing this, and make a persuasion check.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
I was actually going to save this card to use on Steel Asshole right here because I would have been able to probably get damage through, but I'm not killing this thing, and I'd rather see Aesop live.
You guys are sweethearts.
Persuasion, you say?
A persuasion check.
Here comes that 20. You know it's coming. You know roll 20's watching.
This is a
People
tough.
roll 20.
This is a tough DC,
All right.
and you're only rolling once. You don't get advantage. This is it.
15 total.
Do I have to make an insight check? Or what happens?
Aesop, you hear the muffled sound of Rinkaz's voice through the earring of communication, but it unfortunately is not able to pierce through enough to reach subject 22.
Damn. You guys are trying so hard, and it's breaking my heart. It's breaking my heart more than the prospect of Aesop dying, honestly.
However, with that said, Rinkaz, you and Evidi both hear the bing and a shifting of the steel door as the lift has reached the ground floor.
Nice.
It is your turn, Rinkaz.
Well, I mean, seeing as a 5, 10, 15-foot movement into a door, and I've got a handful of people that can press the button, being who I am, I'm going to take a shot at this thing.
Of course you are. Fucking of course you are.
I hate this thing. I don't like these things, so I'm going to point my revolver at it, look to the stewardess or the whatever the robot is, say, F you, I'm going to fire my gun wherever I want. I'll bite your head off like I did with your friend. And then turn back to the predator and take 2 shots at it.
It stares, almost directing its head towards the end of your weapon as you pull the trigger.
Let's see. 25 on the first
hits.
one. Okay, so I'm assuming since I didn't do anything with the damage before, it hits, but I'm going to use, assuming this works, my scaly lizard friend's ability to hit it with force damage and knock it back 10 feet.
Nice.
Grizdom lowers his arcane cannon and with a loud panging blast. Does that use inspiration, Rinkaz?
Yes. Does it work? Is it his? I've never used any of their abilities.
Unfortunately, it's your inspiration that you have to give him to use.
No.
I'll still take another shot at it in hopes I can get a 20 and maybe
Sure.
do
The first shot hits dead square in between where you would assume normal creatures would have eyes. You hear a ricochet of the bullet as it bounces off.
Does it have eyes?
You do not see any.
Nah, the second one would hit, but it's just another shot, just for the hell of it. And then I'll take a step in the elevator.
As you step away, because you're adjacent, it does want to take a swipe at you. For 23 versus AC.
Hit me.
Come on, I want you to do it. Hit me. Hit me. Come on.
It does hit you. It does. It swipes at your back for 19 slashing damage as you
I laugh
stumble
and I
away
use
from
my
it.
second win.
Alright. You steel yourself, breathing in deeply, feeling like that is just a flesh wound. And make your way inside the lift.
Oh, I still got a free action. I'm gonna breathe another gout of fire onto it. Eat shit! DC 13 dex save.
Okay. It rolls 15.
Of course it does.
Yeah, it's a dexterous critter, unfortunately.
It takes 8 then. Total.
Alright. Still damage stacking onto it, slowly but surely. That may become helpful. You breathe the last gout, shifting past now Nvidi and Jashini, and make your way onto the lift. Jira, is Jira trying to fly aboard?
Jira's gonna just get inside the lift.
Okay, it's able
Since it
to
completely ran by it last time.
hover out of the way to avoid the ire of the steel predator and get into the lift, and then you are up, Nvidi.
Okay, I want to
The others have gotten on the lift.
get into the lift, and to try and buy us a little more time for the doors to close, I'm gonna fire 2 Eldritch Blasts at it and attempt to knock it back.
Sure.
Classic warlock.
Yeah,
move.
you don't want this thing to actually get in the lift with you.
And 20.
Oh, shit.
Ah. See.
I gotta give you a good boy card, right?
Yes, please.
Take one of those.
Yes, Daddy.
If bird is falling, save. Oh, sweet.
see what it does. 6 force damage. And I'd like
Alright.
to push it back 10, and then I want to.
You hear the sound of screeching metal as its claws just grasp onto the metal floor as you just knock it back.
Doesn't that crit?
That also technically counts as a crit, you're right. So you can do your extra damage. Sorry.
What is the extra damage? Just an extra D.
Another die
Okay.
of whatever the damage will be. Yeah.
1. So
Hey.
7
Hey.
damage on the crit.
Hey, take whatever you can get. Don't be ashamed.
Yeah. So 7 on that attack,
All right.
and I want to push it back 10, and then the next attack I'm gonna fire would be a 26 versus AC.
Oh fuck! Totally hits.
Jesus Christ.
Good stuff.
And that one will be 14 force damage and push back 10.
You've pushed it back 20 feet from where you guys are. Good job.
Thank you. And my good boy card.
Your good boy card.
Don't believe that's going to help us right now. Okay.
You want to make your way now that you've pushed it out of the way onto the lift yourself, NVIDIA, along with Yoshini?
Yeah. I want us to get on.
You catch up with the others. Rinkaz, you see a number of arcane sigils on the side in common numerical values denoting floors. What one do you press? It seems to go all the way up to 150.
They were on 128, weren't they?
They were on 128 and you saw the explosion happen. Although, through the earrings of communication, you would know that they ascended to the roof and have left the building on Spelljammers.
That's where we're going then.
Alright, you hit the top floor. The steel door begins to close, giving quick chase across the floor. And a panther-like litheness comes a steel predator. It launches itself in the air and the steel door closes as you see a hard dent and loud sound push into it as the lift begins to shift up higher and higher, evading the steel predator because of NVIDIA's pushback.
Ooh. Very nice.
Back up top.
Fascinating.
Fascinating indeed.
Sun Kong, buddy. My friend. My pal. You are paralyzed.
He's fine.
Because in any normal situation, this would probably be still dangerous because you're right next to the creature, but you're also on a moving, slick object. You begin to slide 1, 2 off of the ship and begin to go into a free fall. What are your abilities in terms of falling?
I have slow fall. It will at max reduce. It will reduce 50 fall damage. I take
50? That's a very
50,
large
50.
amount.
Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely nice. So hopefully.
You watch Glossa and Chemo as Sun Kong slips off the ship, but his body almost naturally throws itself out in a pose to mitigate whatever damage it can, just out of almost like a unconscious move.
Shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Make a saving throw, Sun Kong.
This is why I work alone. God.
What kind?
Constitution.
Oh!
Nice.
What a fucking clutch move.
Wow.
Good boy card.
Wow.
Good boy card.
Good play card.
Not only do you get a good boy card, but
Good boy
because
card.
of the natty 20, I'll say that as you begin shifting off, you hear in your mind, Sun Kong, this is no time to sleep. And Roshi works yourself as you steel yourself from the paralyzation. All of your training along with Ukog and everything, you feel your senses and your limbs come back to you. And you throw a hand catching on to the wing of the ship. You have not started falling yet.
Do I get to do anything, or is that my turn?
That was at the end of your turn. But the
okay.
effect of the paralyzation is over. Aesop,
Oh boy. Oh boy.
you are in a free fall.
Woo! Do I get a saving throw?
Let's take a look at how far you fall each turn.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Alright. Okay.
Falling distance, 5e.
Speed.
How far do you fall per turn?
That's a great question. Well, there's something in the rules, too. Fall from a great height. Oh, wow. Yeah, it totally doesn't mention in the rule book.
Around
Yeah.
6 seconds. How fast are you falling in general?
How far do
8
you
feet
fall?
per second.
African or laden swallow. I mean,
Per second.
Roll,
Basically.
roll a
Approximately 30 feet per second.
30 feet per second,
That's what it says. So a turn is what, 6 seconds?
6 seconds.
So, oh my god, this is gonna hurt so
180 feet.
bad. Oh my god. Nope, 30
That's-
per second. And 6 seconds is, yeah, that's right. 180 feet. Fuck.
Okay.
well,
Screaming fast.
That's really,
a floor is like 5 to 10 feet. So, or a story is. I mean,
oh Jesus Christ. I mean that's what some nerd on a website said, so I can't vouch for its authenticity.
It makes sense to me.
I'd think you'd fall at least a fourth to a half of the building.
That seems to measure up with my calculations. Make me a Constitution saving throw, Aesop.
Oh good. I still get con saves as I fall. That's fantastic. Okay, I don't have a good boy card to use. So here's hoping. Oh my god!
What? What?
Oh my
Right now?
You guys are paying Roll20? What the fuck is going on?
Oh my god!
Thanks to D&D Beyond.
Thank you.
Thanks, D&D Beyond. Now give me that
Beyond.
fucking good boy card.
Take your good boy
Would've gotten
card.
away with it
Oh my
too. If it weren't for that darn D&D Beyond. And
Holy fuck.
Oh my god!
You feel your limbs begin to shift, and feeling comes back to you as you thrust your wings out, catching yourself aloft in the air. However, keep in mind, you do notice now that you're able to get your bearings for just a quick second here, that you are 180 feet below everyone else.
Falling.
That was at the end of your turn, so you are no longer paralyzed, but you are quite a ways down.
Falling.
I messaged NVD. All I could imagine is us going up the elevator with Hush looking as her father falls like a rock right past us. And I'm like, oh my god, this poor bird's traumatized. There goes her dad.
This is amazing! What the hell?
Jesus.
It's a fucking Roll20 miracle.
I was literally about to let go of the ship and like try to skydive to you, slow you down.
Holy shit. Well, I mean, I still have to stop my descent. You know, so.
Getting
You have
there.
a better chance now, though.
I certainly do. Holy
my God.
fuck. Holy
Chemo,
fuck.
you turn to see Glacé seemingly just standing without moving in place, and you watch as it looks as though this strange brainy-like creature is beginning to crawl up her leg towards her head. What do you do?
Oh,
Kill it!
fuck. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip straight to Flurry of Blows and just punch it to death.
All right,
16, 15 hit.
15 does hit.
So, 20 damage. Flurry of Blows.
All right.
Is it a what?
A huge amount of blood has spattered across Glace as it falls dead.
Am I still stunned?
Let's take a look here.
You're stunned forever.
Knocks it off if you. Glace, thank you for hitting break.
Glace, your consciousness is murky at best. Your intelligence score is 0. You are stunned until you regain at least 1 point of intelligence.
It's 0?
It is 0. I rolled a 12 when it
Doesn't
made
that
it to
mean
the
I
valid
die?
intellect.
Wait.
No, you're just stunned. If chemo had not have been there and this thing crawled up to your head, it would have taken your body.
Yeah. Okay.
Blink, blink. Blink, blink.
Welcome to my world, Glace.
So am I still... You said, I'm sorry. What state am I in right now?
There's a strange sensation of what feels like some type of wet stuff hitting your body, and it's very dark around you. You also feel a pummeling of what feels like some force, maybe a thing called wind. You don't know. There are strange figures standing around.
Glace starts crying.
Chemo, you see Glace next to you.
I'm going to simultaneously uncork my healing potion and force feed it into Glace's mouth while I yell at the guy driving it. Just land this fucking thing right now. Get her somewhere safe, and then
She chokes on her tongue and dies.
run this way.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage as you yell that through the glass eye hole of the front of the ship.
Oh, no, that's why I'm force feeding the potion into her. Just like, hey, get her fucking out here.
Are you yelling that to the construct driving the ship inside?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, make a persuasion check at disadvantage as you yell that passing by the window.
Motherfucking
8.
comedy of errors.
No, not even 6.
You hear the muffled sound coming from inside. Sir, I cannot land until we have reached the designated route.
Oh my God.
Please remain seated and come back inside.
I turn around and run with fury in my eyes at him. I don't have enough actions to punch him in the face. That's all I got.
All right.
Or what are you charging me for force feeding the potion?
That's like an action to
Yeah,
throw a
okay.
potion down her mouth.
Yeah, we were on the same page.
Glace,
What?
you can heal.
2d4... No, 1d4 plus 4? Wait.
2d4 plus 4, I think.
2d4... Okay, thank you.
As you finish up your turn, Chemo, the large metal construct steps over to the edge of the ship, Sun Kong, bringing up its large, thick leg and attempts to crush your hand that is holding on to the wing. Let's take a look here. Does a 16 hit your AC?
No.
You're able to see its a large, kind of slow gait because of its size, lift the leg up, and as it tries to launch down and crush your hand, you just throw it to the side and clutch with your other as the attack misses. I'm going to make a check here real quick. Okay. And let's just take a look. That's all it can do.
Hell yeah.
You watch. Glosse, you're up. Glosse is making very weird noises.
Oh, it's not fun, is it, Bailey?
What can I do?
The construct that was on the ship where Aesop originally was walks back over to the steel hatch, throws it open, and drops back down inside. The ship begins to veer away from you.
He's gonna go get more brain eaters.
Yeah, give me just a second to make sure this thing is plugged in. 1 second.
Or ghost.
What thing?
He's
where am
got
I?
spaceship effects. He's plugging in.
That was a good one. Just...
The other one here stays the course. Rinkaz and Vidi. This lift seems to go pretty quickly. For the sake of brevity, you guys find yourselves landing at the 150th floor of Felicity Towers. The steel door opens, and we're gonna take this big ol' steel predator, since you guys evaded it, and have it shift away for the time being.
At least shit's going well on your end.
As you walk out onto the open platform that is the rooftop of the Felicity Tower, you are able to see far in the distance, and almost difficult to make out at this point, a series of small spelljammers in the distance. It looks like there may be people on top. You'd have to make a check to tell, but communicating with your group, you could assume that that string is the ships that you are looking for.
Are there any ships up here with us at all?
Please make me a high or low luck roll.
Wait. May I use my good boy card
What does the good boy card do?
and have a fortuitous circumstance?
That's the best one!
Because of a fortuitous circumstance, Rinkaz, there is one ship that is just now
Wow.
connecting to the rooftop platform.
Wow.
Clutch.
Our metaphorical and physical ship has come in. Let's get the hell out of there. Or out of here and meet up with them.
You jump on top of the ship. It looks like a smaller ship similar to the ones you see out in the distance. There's a hatch, steel hatch on top, and somewhat of a steel, somewhat made of what looks like wood, but is actually hard steel, as the surface of the top deck. There's a hatch that seems to open probably into what looks like an inside, though you imagine if you and Nvidia were to try to both enter, it would be very difficult to fit inside. As you pop on board, you can hear muffled sounds coming from within. Do you pull the hatch open?
Yes.
You throw with a scaly claw the hatch open and hear coming from inside a robotic voice. Where are you looking to go, sir?
I need you to relay and catch up and fly alongside that ship up there. And I point to what I assume is any of the ships. I mean, I can't see them, obviously. Even looking through my scope, I wouldn't be able to see. But where we thought we saw them.
Okay. You can see the string of ships, though it's difficult to make out who's on them. As you say this, you feel the ship begin to slowly detach, and you hear a voice coming from inside. Turning airfare on. Please enjoy the ride, sir. You may wish to come inside to avoid the rain.
No, thank you. Thank you very much, though.
You gotta be polite.
And then I
And-
lean back and pull my gun back out so he can't see it.
Nvidi, Rinkaz, Grizdom, and Hush have all gotten onto the deck of the ship. As a matter of fact, Rinkaz, you watch as Hush begins to pull the hatch open and descend down, pointing at herself and pointing down. She quickly crawls down, pulling the hatch closed. Nvidia, you and Jashini, similarly, do you want to move onto the deck of the ship?
You were saying that that's not safe to do, or
It's cramped, and the rain is going to pelt you, and, I mean, out of character, can be a little hazardous affair, but you guys can all stand on there. Like I said, it's a little cramped up top with all four of you, but it's able to be done.
yeah, we'll cram in because we just gotta go.
You crawl up yourself, Jashini extending a hand to have her, you pull her up on top, and you will feel the ship shift off and begin to catch up towards the others. Rinkaz, the ship is heading that way, but it seems to be going at almost the same pace as the others. It doesn't seem to be speeding up anymore to catch up with the rest of the group.
It's probably its max speed. I hit the glass and say, "Hurry up! Speed up!"
Make a intimidation check, please.
Should have probably got an intimidating shot. I'd point my gun, but I'm sure he wouldn't like that, and he'd probably just stop.
Wow.
By the power
Wow.
D&D Beyond, indeed.
Oh, this shit is uncanny. They are watching us, man.
That's something's going on here. I need to have a talk with Roll20 about your fucking rolls. Yes, you staring down through the glass eye of the ship. You watch as the construct, who seems to be actually just like from waist up humanoid, and from that below seems to almost just be fused to what looks like a spelljammer helm, like this chair. It quickly shifts and whirs. Please, sir. Too much weight on ship. Must quickly follow others. Get to location. You feel the speed of the ship quickly begin to increase. You feel like within a round, you'll probably have caught up with everyone else. Because
Good
of
shit, man.
you.
Do I get a good boy card?
Yes, you get your good boy card. Just give me a second while I reload this page on Mule. Shitty ass slow laptop here. Also, thank you, Gravity 2DX, for the cheers and the bits. I appreciate that. You'll get some loyalty points for that. Give me just a second, everybody. I'm sorry this takes a second to load. Aesop, both you and Sun Kong woke up, correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
Alright, good.
Does Rinkaz get a card?
He does. I'm just reloading the Roll20 on my laptop, and I don't know why it got disconnected, but it did, and it's very pissy when it comes to wanting to reload the page again. Probably because I throw a million things on it, like all this rain and shit, but it's also a slow-ass laptop, just in general, so... It's probably because I have this calculator pulled up.
Yeah.
Which I don't even technically need anymore.
I mean, that's asking a lot, Jason. Seriously.
For this laptop, yes. It actually is. This is one of those laptops where they're like, it's got 32 gigabytes of free space, and then because of Windows 10, it's like, it's got 2 gigabytes of free space.
Amazing.
But it is helpful for me to run this on a separate thing, because I don't have 2 monitors, unfortunately.
It's okay, dude.
You know what? Let's just do this. I'm going to do a private window and roll it from my computer.
This is a lot of pomp and circumstance to say that I still die somehow.
Nobody's dying today.
Tee.
I'm jacking in.
Assuming direct control.
Glacé discovers that her hair can move and she starts crying because it's trying to get her.
Oh no! That's hilarious!
Terrible.
Oh no.
Fucking amazing.
I mean, written, I think the season finale for one was pretty crazy, but like honestly, I think this might be the craziest expletive that's ever happened in one session.
Yeah, this is a lot of shit that's happening to us
There's
right
a good
now.
boy card right there.
Oh,
Let's pull this thing over. The other map.
you're gonna pull up next to the wrong ship. I know it.
Oh no.
Sun
Oh,
Kong.
arrow.
There is a large mech trying to stomp on your hand. What do you do?
I would try to pull myself on closer, like around it, like right over here.
Make a relatively easy athletics check.
$28.
You easily pull yourself up to the space next to yourself on the right onto the wing and can move freely. You jump inside of the construct, piloting it. No, you don't do that.
I guess this works. I'll attack it.
Okay. Thank you, Asher and Asher Wow, for following. That's very nice of you. You'll get some weird bits for that. 28, that hits.
Does that hit, Jason?
That fucking hits. Why do you even roll?
Stunning strike. Make a 15 Constitution save throw.
Fuck me.
Turns it around, this thing flies off.
It is a
trying.
beefy boy. Let's take a look. It rolls a 22.
Damn it!
Oh my god.
Hey, at least he's rolling well too.
It's,
So the
I
way
will-
that I read that is every attack you make, you can use Stunning Strike as long as you have the key point.
That is correct. That is how it
Ooh,
works.
actually then. I will activate Flurry of Blows with another key point, so that's 2.
okay.
So, hold on. Alright, so I hit with all 3 of these attacks. Make 2 more stunning fist saving throws, unless the first one gets you.
Oh my god. You're dumping all of these key points into it, and I love it.
19 for the first. 17 for the second.
Damn it! Alright, I still do damage.
This big chonky boy, man.
It's a biggin. It's a biggin.
You leave the metal man's cons.
So first round of damage is 25, 32.
All right.
Second round of attacks.
What is Sun Kong? What?
He's
What
a fucking monster.
A
Oh my
bi-annoyed
God.
monk.
I'm about to send him to the monk-in place.
Make 3 saves for the stunning fist.
Are you? How many key points do you fucking have?
Hold on.
That's 10 out of 12.
Wow.
Oh my god.
It's the key to victory.
All right. First is 13.
It's down! It's stunned!
You saved 2.
So I saved 2, yeah.
You
What a
smash
fucking
into
deal.
it, using your quarterstaff to try and strike vital points of the construct's form. You see the reverberation of the steel shifting and moving as each strike hits, and finally, with a thrust of your palm into the center of the machine, it takes a step back. It wrenches out its claws and attempts to step back forward, but it shifts, stopping. Your stunning strike has taken effect.
Thank you, Jesus.
Not to rules lawyer or anything, but the next 2 hits have advantage, and if they hit, they're critical hits. No, wait.
Oh yeah,
they
no,
don't.
everything.
They're not
I would've-
paralyzed.
I already rolled. Everything hits. So the next 2 hits. So the first one is normal. That's 9, and then. Each one is +6, so 12.
Oh
and...
wait, no. He's just stunned, not paralyzed. Sorry, I misspoke. My B.
Oh, so just take. I guess we'll take the 2 + 6, so 8. 4 + 6, so that's
32,
12,
49, 56, 12 damage.
Yeah, the second round of attacks. Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. The second round of attacks did. I'm all confused now.
18.
Yeah. Plus
That's
9 for the first normal one, so that was 27. So
pretty
it was
solid.
32 on the first one, 27. Yeah.
There are a lot of dents, pockmarks, and areas of its body that have been struck.
So
It's
I think I
still
did
standing.
what 58 damage. That turn.
Teehee, just 58 damage. Teehee.
How'd you guys kill a Terraskian? We have a monkey monk.
Turned into a T-Rex and threw it off a ship.
That'll be my turn.
Aesop, you are 180 feet below the others. You're up.
You mean I'm 80 feet below the others in my turn?
All right, you quickly
I-
fly up.
I use a bonus action to cast Searing Smite on my cane, and in my turn.
All right, sounds good. Chemo, you're up.
Mama!
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello? What was
Hello.
this? Were you saying something?
Nope, just
No,
looking at you.
just waiting for your turn,
She's-
buddy.
Oh,
She's
okay.
babbling.
Yeah.
So the robot guy, he's down below, or is he up
Yes.
top with us?
No, the robot is fused to the seat down below within the cockpit that you can see through the glass eyes of the ship. He's not actually up on the top deck.
I don't know what to do. I'm gonna go on screen. You take us down right the now. We are in a bad way. She's desperately hurt. Know you have your rules. You gotta get her fucking hospital.
Make a intimidation check at disadvantage since the previous check failed as well.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it at regular. Boom, 18.
Nice.
Very well, it says, as it begins to descend. I sense too many up aboard. Weight limit has reached capacity. Beginning descent. You feel the
Rolled his
ship
eyes.
begin to descend below, lowering itself as you watch Sun Kong, with his battle against the large construct, begin to shift up above your vision, higher and higher.
Keeper rolls his eyes at the stupid robot and climbs halfway back up the hatch. Gloss say, "Hey, get the fuck in here!"
This is
Glass is going wee.
Like, I'm sure it'll have movement to drag you back inside, but it's gonna happen.
Kiba wouldn't make a very good special needs teacher, would he? Get the fuck back in here! I will
Fucking
drag you.
assassin! Oh my goddamn assassin!
Hey, I'm not judging you for it. I'm just stating a fact.
I'd like to ask him to calm again. What the hell happened to everybody as I hear Colossus screaming?
You hear the distinct sound of a comm hitting as Cuba rips his out and throws it on.
Glace, a large, thorny-looking steel creature, kneels before you and puts its hands underneath your form, lifting you up as rain, this wetness, pelts your face.
Glace just starts to cry.
Oh, this is so sad.
Just face palms and stands there.
It turns. You watch Chemo as Clatter opens the hole of the ship, or the hatch rather, and shifts Glace down into the seat below.
I grab for Chemo because he's my mother, and I'm grabbing for him as I'm being pulled by this monster into this pit of... I don't know what I'm being pulled into.
It's okay. Trust the safe, spiky monster.
Chemo's... This thing is making noises, Glace. You're not sure what it means.
Wah, 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 wah.
As this is happening, Chemo, the ship that you're on descends down 30 feet.
We're almost there, guys. We're trying to relay with you.
Muh. Muh.
I think he's talking in my ear, and I don't see. There's nothing here.
Everybody else can hear this too if anybody needs to relay anything.
I think Sun Kong's the only one that really feels up to it.
Oh yeah, Aesop said, I'm alive! Aesop's like, don't worry, I'm not dead. How's everyone else doing?
Did I hear a dinosaur yelling like 10 minutes ago?
I
What
was
was
a
that?
dinosaur for a second. I think it was like a weird, like, hallucination.
Rinkaz, you and Nvidi are on the ship that is catching up to the rest. However, you do notice now, as relayed from Chemo, that the ship he and Glace are on are descending. You also see a little bit below that at this point what looks like, kind of looks like Aesop in the air.
Just flying up like Superman.
You don't see Sun Kong. You do see a string of ships still at level above Glace and Chemo's ship, and some feet below that Aesop. You see this too in Nvidia, of course.
What are you guys doing?
Every bit of my fiber wants me to tell me to track down that front ship and blast it to hell and find out who caused all this. But seeing as Sun Kong is not visible, Glace's drooling into the microphone, and you're flying up after you said you were falling, I think we should try and regroup and GTFO.
No, I think these vultures are after the same person we are.
I mean, they can kill him then.
Not if it's Leia. We need her if it's Leia.
Aesop, you've watched a few of their ships now as some of you begin to either fall out of combat because of your free fall or because of the descending ship via Glace and Chemo, that a number of the ships that had these, I guess you could call them vultures, or these red tinted constructs on them, have beginning to pull away from the rest of the pact and shift away from you. The only one that seems largely left is the larger construct, the one that is currently engaged with Sun Kong.
Did the ship that our suspect is on, it hasn't pulled away?
Nope, it's still sort of going on with this string of other ships in the center.
Yeah, we've come too far to pull out now. Let's fucking finish this.
That's exactly what I say.
Alright, if you guys think so, I'll go. I'm all for it.
In and out of game.
Plus, we need that sick wreck footage, y'all.
Alright, if that's the case, then let's do this. Fuck the laptop. We'll use Firefox so that I can make sure things are actually going at a relatively decent pace. It's being a little bitch.
Glass, stop eating rack.
Give me just a second, guys.
So this clatter guy, does he take instructions? Could I tell
Oh, you cut out. What?
this clatter guy is Satan? Can I tell him? I'll say that.
You keep
You need
cutting
to-
out over and over.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to say is Clatter sentient?
You have no idea without any checks.
Chemo, you got to make checks to see if Clatter's sentient.
I mean, at least Glass isn't an orc.
Oh, he's Tin King.
What's the total?
What kind of check do you want?
Whatever makes sense. You could make a history check, a nature check. You can even make an arcana check.
I'll make history because I got advantage on that. Woo! 14.
You get the sense that there is a mild level of sentience in it, seeing how Glace and her stupor seems to have been taken under what you would assume is somewhat of a protective care from the entity of Clatter that's put her back into this, the inside of this spelljammer.
Cool.
It closes the hatch and shifts, looking back at you. We'll say that at this point, the ship that you, Sun Kong, or not Sun Kong, the ship that you, NVD and Rinkaz are on, catches up with the others. So give me a second here.
Welcome to the party, y'all. I would say if.
You weren't drooling.
If I could find the words, or any words.
Alright, let's move you over. Good old roll 20 shit. Maybe a little big here. I just have to play with your size.
Yes.
Rinka, we're here. We've arrived.
Amazing.
Oh my fucking god, I selected everybody, you piece of shit.
Oh,
That's gonna piss me off to no end. I can't fucking believe it.
I'm having a lot of fun tonight. This is a crazy game.
Yes, this is great.
Coaster. Holy moly.
Fucking great. Love it.
I was mostly joking when I was saying calculating the fall rates on Twitter, but oh boy.
Yeah, for real.
Some scary shit there for a
I
good
was
second.
mostly joking, but I came up with the exact numbers in my head.
You have to entice the viewers with something crazy that could happen. You can't just say it's going to be a mundane game of
So crazy, it's actually real.
yeah.
Almost as crazy as our double crit to save from paralysis.
Yeah, what
I
the
can't
fuck?
believe that.
Don't sound too disappointed, Jason.
The good news is that we learned that there is a max damage you can take from falling because of the whole velocity thing. That's good to know.
Mhm.
I made a sample
No
roll
idea.
to see that you would only take at max 20d6 damage.
Which the T-Rex would survive a fall that.
Yes, definitely.
Which is funny.
I kind of wish Glace had kept the concentration,
No.
I do too.
and I failed the paralysis check, so I just dead ass crashed into the ground.
Oh, that would have been bad news.
It'd been awesome if you crushed the steel predator.
Would have loved that.
To hell with that thing. Get my revenge. I don't care what level that thing is. I'm gonna find it one day. One of them.
Hushes inside. Alright. The ship has caught up. You guys can see the others now. As we roll down the list here, Rinkaz, you're up.
Do I see this thing?
What thing are you pinging at?
The thing that Sun Kong was beating the hell out.
Yes, you can see it now. It will say that you're sort of like in between the descending chemo ship and the ship that Sun Kong is still on, attempting to combat this large construct-like creature.
I would have disadvantage with my revolver, which I don't want to do and accidentally hit Sun Kong. So I'll spit my last breath of fire at it.
Your fire, how far does that shit go?
It's like 30, right?
Is it only 30?
You're pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like a spray out that only goes so far.
This is yeah, 30 feet. Then I'll keep it and I'll just point and say, hurry the hell up. Closer. That's all I can do. I'll ready an action that if I see anything that's looks like this hostile, I'll shoot it.
Alright. Anything from Jira / Nvidi? As the ship now pulls up, as you see the descending ship that Chemo's on, you see Clatter and the mechanical bat sort of swerving around in the air. You don't see Glace, though.
But I see Sun Kong on the wing.
You see Sun Kong fighting on the wing against a large reddish construct.
Okay, if I see Sun Kong fighting that, I'm gonna fire 2 Eldritch Blasts at whatever his target is.
Alright, as long as they can reach out that far.
They have 120 range.
I think you're good then.
And it said 80 on the sheet, on the measurement here. So.
Yeah, you're good then.
First one's gonna be 17 versus AC.
17 versus AC on the big boik.
Just hits.
Be 14 force damage. And I'd like to push it
Hell
back
yes.
10.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, Nvidi's here. 17 force damage?
14 force damage
14,
with 10,
okay.
10 push.
Knock
Alright.
it off the ship. It's stunned. It can't move.
Man, imagine if Nvidia was here from the beginning. This would have been over.
Right?
He would have just killed everyone.
Two targets a turn would have been pushed off.
As Rinkaz was mentioning, Grizdom would have actually helped during this encounter too with his blast.
We had the worst possible fucking comp.
Hey, you didn't know. You couldn't have known. It is pushed back, Nvidia, 2 spots.
You have advantage, Nvidia.
I have
Push for that crit.
advantage. Okay.
He's stunned right now. Right? He's still stunned, right?
Oh.
That's what a fucking yes!
Fucking God. Did everybody get a good boy card this session?
Except for you and me.
No, I did.
What?
Except
Except
for
for
you.
me?
Take your good boy card.
Glace needs to roll a 1 and actually turn into a real vegetable.
Why?
I like that heroic music playing right
So
now.
we can save her.
I like this card. Like quite a lot.
You watch Sun Kong as you feel like you're the only one left to attempt to take on this large construct like beast, as a pummel of very lightly colored shining glass smash into it. Being unable to move, you watch as it shifts off the side of the ship and begins a free fall.
Looks like the cavalry's here.
You watch Aesop as the large construct falls past you, an outstretched metal claw towards you as it can do nothing.
I flip at the bird.
Scar, save me.
Sun Kong, the ship that you're on currently begins to shift away from the rest of the pack. What do you do?
I'm gonna try to do my running jump thing back if I can before it gets too far away.
Sure. You're able to make your jump, as you know. Just give me a dexterity saving throw as you land on the front of the ship.
Oh, easy.
16.
Easy.
26.
Oh.
You quickly land, grabbing your monkey paws at the edge of the glass eyes of the ship to hold yourself in place and land succinctly. At this point, turn order is off. The enemies that had been assaulting you seem to have pulled off, but you still have the string of ships ahead of you, all going in a like 30 feet per turn movement. Relatively slow, but up high, still somewhat of a hazardous affair this high up. Some of you have some abilities that may help out more than others. So what do you guys do now that turn order is off?
I fly back to the group first of all, just to regroup with everyone.
Chemo, do you yell at the ship to ascend back up into the air to match the level of the others?
Chemo thinks getting Glacé out of here is more important. Fuck.
We came this far, we're going to lose the target forever, whoever it is.
No, Kibo wants to kill something. That thing looks pretty close. Alright, I've changed my mind. She's not in that much danger anymore. Let's go back up.
Can I do a medicine check on Glacé?
Yes, you can.
Is this something that would let me try to help her a little bit, or am I just trying to figure out basically how to make her unstupid?
You would be trying to figure out how to make her unstupid.
Okay, well, I will give that a shot at the very least, and I am going to use my good boy card on this to get advantage.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, didn't need it. Oh well. That's going to be a 21 on medicine. She's been hit. She's been hit by an intellect devourer.
Oh, what does that mean?
It means she's had her brain scrambled a bit, but it doesn't seem like it bored itself into her skull, so Glacé's still in there somewhere. Yeah, that's Glacé, all right.
Can she live until we get somewhere where I could check?
I think so. What does my 21 tell me, Jason?
With your 21 of a medicine check, you feel as though because there is a portion of her intellect that has been drained from her body through magical means, through the puncture wound that you can see of the proboscis, that you feel as though a greater restoration spell could have her regain those lost.
Idvidi, do you know the thing? Do you know Greater Restoration?
Yeah, I do. She used it on Sun Kong before to help him with it being exhausted.
Perfect.
Yeah, in hearing that, Chemo pushes his way through the ladder, up the ladder, out, and says, "Come on, Sarkar. and tries to jump onto this motherfucker over here.
I'm just gonna follow Sun Kong and Chemo as they jump along towards the front one.
Sun Kong, seeing Glosse for just a second, reminds you quite a while back when you had a pretty nasty spell cast on you and fell into the monken place for some time because of your stupor. It seems like a very similar situation.
Kaz would be all like, I will become stronger for ruling caste sustenance.
Unhinge his jaw.
Unhinge his jaw.
You guys, Chemo, Sun Kong, make your checks to try to you see Aesop, because of his wings that he spent quite a huge chunk of cash on, effortlessly make his way forward through the air, but you two will need some type of check as you make your way across, unless you have some other magical or racial ability. Chemo, Sun Kong, you're able to make the jump, and as usual, just make me a dexterity saving throw as you land.
27.
You easily make
Jesus Christ.
clutching the wing of the ship and make your way forward. Chemo, how do you proceed forward?
Is this, would you call this like dimly lit?
Yeah, we rolled for that last week.
Yes.
It's dimly lit up here.
Okay, so Chemo jumps, but only makes it about halfway, then disappears and appears on top of the ship.
Nice.
He does that cool thing where he runs and jumps, flailing his arms out, and it looks like he's just going to go into a free fall halfway. And then his form shifts into a black smoke, and he does sort of like the tumble roll on the deck of the ship ahead.
It's fucking awesome.
So you're Nightcrawler?
He's Nightcrawler.
Kinda, yeah.
The mechanical bat swooping close by, keeping pace with you.
If the target is hostile, non-lethal, and I fly to the next ship forward and wait for the monks.
You hear muffled sounds coming from within this ship, Sun Kong and Chemo. Make me another dexterity saving throw, Sun Kong.
Ooh.
Only 37.
I'm gonna use my good luck card.
Oh.
Okay, close to the end of the session. Makes sense.
I don't know why I can't. It won't.
Just
I can't
click,
drag it
click.
out.
You gotta.
Drag.
What's your
There we go.
Okay. Okay. Get
Nice.
your plus D4. It's good.
So,
Nice.
so 17.
You're able to make it across.
Sweet.
And woof. I swoop over to the deck of the last one and wait for the monks.
There's
Yep.
another one? Well, is that the one that we were chasing, or was this one?
I thought it was this one.
This is the
This
one
one's making
leading the
noise, isn't
pack.
it?
There is the one that you guys jumped from. You heard muffled voices coming from within.
Okay. So we do want to be on this one then.
You remember? No, the muffled voices came from the one before. Aesop, you remember the figure that you saw at the rooftop, or relayed to you from the other group, was at the head at the front of this pack.
Okay, cool. All right. Non-lethal.
Before we go in,
I rolled an 11, by the way.
Sun Kong, you land, quickly going to grip somewhere on the ship, but the slippery wetness as the rain plows onto the surface, you slide and begin to fall off.
Oh shit! Help!
I mean, I'll try to help him, but Aesop's not very strong.
Neither is Chemo, but he'll whip around and throw his 50 feet of hempen rope at him.
All right. I'll say with the both of you, you can both make a athletics check please.
Oh, jeez. Okay, here we go.
How does acrobatics sound, Jason?
Because of the weight of Sun Kong, I'd say this is more athletics, unfortunately.
And it's +1.
Oh no.
No.
10? Okay.
Fucking stand back. This is gonna be a roll of 17. I'm calling it now.
20.
Okay. No, it's 7 total. That sounds like 17.
That was 17 total between you and me.
Yeah.
Yeah, between me and Chemo, it was 17, Jason. That counts, right?
Totally called it.
Can I give him my good boy card?
Sure. Normally I'd say you want to do that before they roll, but it's at the end of the session, sure.
Oh my
Aesop,
god.
roll one more time.
Succeed on.
Oh, you succeed. Okay.
Oh, boom!
You grabbing Sun Kong's wrist, as well as the rope that you each grab a hold of, you're able to pull each other back on the deck of the ship.
Not tenderize yet, monkey thing!
Oh god, you're fucking heavy.
Flexes in Celestial.
Do you want to...
And then
Some cartoon physics happening right
I'm just gonna drop my inspiration card for the next roll, whatever it is.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Does not matter what. Just hold action, give inspiration to next check.
Alright, so to look inside, my bat has blind sight. I don't know how you want to roll that because
You are looking at your bat, getting ready to see if it can see within when you feel the hatch begin to shift underneath you and open.
I ready my rapier.
come to this.
Pushing
The same.
open the hatch, ascending slowly so that you can see the head down to the shoulders, is a familiar figure.
Got it.
A familiar figure of the form of Leah pops through the hole, looks to each of you with a bit of a surprised and amazed look on her face, and simply says, "I suppose you want to talk."
It would be preferable to what we just went through.
And with that, we will end the session here.
Screaming
boy.
through the damn headset, hearing her say that. You wanna talk? I'm gonna fucking kill you.
A shot rings out as a bullet pierces her temple. Fucking shit.
What a
Hey.
game.
The best part about that game is I didn't get intellect devour. Glace did.
That's true.
Using 485.
Yeah. We were all making fun of Luke. No, he's gonna be a dumb bird.
Get fucked.
You get a good boy card. Combat's over, guys.
That was, there was quite a lot of scary...
Oh my god, I was so sad when he
I mean-
fell off when fucking Aesop fell off the fucking ship.
I was ready. That was my fault. I should have gone under the ship where I wouldn't have been in line of sight of him, but I just didn't think to do that. That totally would have been my fault if we died.
I thought at one point this was going to be one of those, it was all a dream or something, because the moment you got stunned, he got stunned, Gloss, I was about to get devoured, and he's like, oh, and by the way, the elevator's still, you know it went up there. Let's come
Yeah, I
back.
feel like this,
really-
everybody
like right
was
here
like,
in my throat.
everybody was like in a bad situation except for Chemo, who was like, I mean,
In a
I
bad
could
situation.
I could teleport, but I like all my teammates are.
Chemo gets away, he's like, I didn't spend much time with that party. Sees himself on...
I'm good.
What is it? Why am I up there?
Chemo's stomach growls and he turns out his empty pockets like, fuck these guys.
Hey, fucking Wreck got some clutch ass
Oh my
footage
God.
though.
Mashi is going to pee his
He's
pants.
gonna cum in his underwear.
Oh my god! Spills his wine everywhere.
It's just like an attack.
Oh fuck.
Thank you, my players. I hope you had fun. That was pretty scary. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, another TV viewer, Cache Bear, Commander Root, Gravity 2DX. Thank you, and thanks for the bits. Thank you for raiding us, husband and wife stream. Inquiry, thank you, Lurks, Polize, Ted, Zing Kyber. Thank you guys for checking us out. Also, thank you very much, Rigger and Vice and Asher Nasher Wow for following us. We are one person away from the 100 mark. So maybe by next time we stream, just over the week, we may have hit that mark. So I appreciate everybody who's followed so far. It's very nice of you. Check out your points as you build them up. You can buy cool stuff. You can buy little fun characters for the Godly Tavern down at the bottom. Oh, thank you, Lumber Gundam, for following us. We've hit the 100 mark! That was very nice of you. Everybody who follows, by the way, Lumber Gundam, Asher Nasher Wow, Rigger and Vice, you guys get loyalty points to use, like inspiration for the team, or like I was mentioning, Godly Tavern characters to walk around and attack others and have fun down at the bottom as you watch the stream. So thank you very much. If you missed any of the episodes, check us out on VOD on Twitch, or you can also check us out at GAWD_mode on YouTube and watch all that stuff. Thank you very much. In between this week and next, like I mentioned, because we may have some followers who are robots and stuff, and I don't want to sit there and keep rolling until we get someone who isn't, I'm going to randomly pick from the 100, make sure it's an actual person, and next session I'll be announcing who gets the D&D box starter set for the 5th edition. So thank you guys very much for following, everybody, and we'll be announcing who gets this beauty next session. So thank you very much. We also may be doing other giveaways in the future. But I appreciate it. Yeah, I think that's all my spiel. Thank you guys. I hope you had fun. And we'll be back next week as you guys have hunted down what looks to be the original Leah. So, bye everybody. See you then. Bye.
Bye.